Child, this whole time I've been talking, I am not on the screen. Do y'all know that? Lord Jesus. I don't think, could y'all hear me? Look, and then I'm looking at the thing and I was like, I'm just looking at everybody's name. I'm messing around with the thing. I didn't even know y'all could not hear me. Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? Can y'all hear me? Hopefully you guys can hear me now. Welcome, y'all. We are here. This is day 2 of the Breakthrough Conference, and I literally just did introductions. I was welcoming everybody, y'all, and shouted everybody out, all the platforms that we're broadcasting on. I'll just go back to that in a minute, but we're definitely broadcasting y'all all over the planet on multiple people's pages. Many of our speakers are broadcasting to their Facebook pages, their YouTube pages, Twitter pages, LinkedIn pages, and so if you know any of our speakers, make sure that you plug in, and please share these videos, y'all. Share these videos. What I will tell you though is, guys, we have today and then tomorrow is our workshops, and this is where you're going to learn some specifics. And for everybody who is registered, we're going to be sending you the schedule today so you can see the schedule of the workshops and decide which workshop you want to go to. But guys, I can tell you the Breakthrough Conference has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Letisa, for sharing the video. You know, I get notifications and all that stuff, right? But do me a favor, y'all. Make sure to tell everybody to plug in. I'm just looking at the broadcast right now. We're literally broadcasting on 29 different destinations. So 29 different destinations where individuals from all over the world can actually plug into the Breakthrough Conference. This is also a celebration of this baby right here, the Breakthrough book. And this is a collaboration book of some amazing overcomers who are sharing their journeys of overcoming their specific challenges. Okay. So in the book, we asked them about what are some of the challenges that you've had to overcome and how did you overcome them? Like, what are the specific steps? Because we know right now people are going through so much, right? We're going through financial challenges. We're going through health challenges. We're going through relationship challenges, and some of us even spiritual challenges. And we need to know what are the steps. Well, you guys are going to be able to learn that with our speakers, our authors in the Breakthrough book. Well, look, I'm going to go ahead and keep this thing moving since I was talking the whole entire time and not saying anything. I mean, I was running my mouth, right? And nothing was happening. Everybody, tell everybody if their screen is frozen to just simply refresh the screen and they'll be able to come on in. So let's go ahead and bring up our very first speaker for today. She is a dynamic young lady. In fact, this is not the first project that we have worked together on. We've worked together on a couple of projects. So I'm so excited to have her come back. So none other, well, I'm gonna just let her, we'll talk about her in a minute. But her title is called Overcoming the Fear of Business Failure. So let's give it up for my girl, Theresa.
I have one question. Are you more afraid of failing or are you more afraid of starting over? Type your answer in the comments. Now, I know you've probably seen the title of my talk, and so you probably think you know the answer. You probably are saying, hey, the answer is I'm more afraid of failure. But I like to say that most people think that they're afraid of failure, but the truth is they're actually afraid of starting over. Okay, just stay with me. If you don't believe me, let me give you a few examples. Now, we fail time and time again in different things, but we like to consider them forgetting about certain things. Don't believe me? New Year's resolutions, vision boards, affirmations. Those are all things that we create with the attempt of winning and making it. But most of the times, if we're honest with ourselves, we actually fail at those things. And we don't think about it because we're like, okay, well, you know, I just forgot about it. It's not really a failure, but yeah, we probably failed at those. So we're not afraid of failure when we create certain things. But let me pose another point. Starting over is really the thing that scares people. Think about it like this. Starting over means accepting your failures, being visible to the world, and possibly having to answer to the world about that failure, and then having to prove yourself to yourself and the world that you can make it beyond that failure. So I'm just going to say it like that. The fear of starting over is definitely more frightening than the fear of failure. But no worries, because during our time together, I am going to show you the top 3 things that you can do to overcome that fear. And since most people learn through telling stories, I'm going to share my stories of failure and breakthrough and the steps that I use to overcome them. Now, these steps are the same steps that my clients have implemented and now have allowed them to restructure their business, obtain new business locations, increase brand awareness, and earn over $75 million in business contracts with the corporations and government. Now, if you implement things the right way, you can take these same steps and you can use them to do the same, if not more. So go ahead and grab those pens and those papers because you're going to want to take good notes. All right. Now, if you have those pens, if you have your paper and you're ready for this, I want you to type ready in the chat. I'll wait. And while you're grabbing that pen and paper, let me go ahead and tell you who I am. I am Theresa Means, and I am a business strategist and a mindset management coach. I'm pretty much a business pilot, and I steer entrepreneurs to elevate their business through the murky ideas that are in their heads and create a clear and profitable brand by providing strategic roadmaps to success. But I was not always this. I'm going to tell you that. Let me be very transparent. My business was not always successful. Guys, when I started my business, I started in order, or so I thought I did. You know, everybody always says, go to God first, pray to him about everything, seek his counsel. And I did just that. Y'all, I was on the floor praying to God, and I explicitly remember him telling me specifically how to do this business. But while he was downloading, y'all, it got so good that I just got up off the floor and started moving. I just was like, oh my gosh, God, that is amazing. Let me go ahead. Let me help you out. He did not finish downloading. And y'all, I was out there just moving in business without a full plan and a full vision. I jumped literally right into the business. And I'm a creative, so a lot of things just come very natural to me. I started doing all types of stuff. I mean, making myself believe that it was part of the vision. I was doing stuff like graphic design, logos, flyers, websites, writing full business plans, y'all. I even, kind of embarrassed to say it. So y'all, I even made a couple pieces of clothing, skirts and shirts. And I told myself that, hey, it's part of the business thing, right? I'm doing business styling. Y'all, I was even painting pictures and portraits, and I had tricked myself into believing that they were business portraits. I was like, oh, I'm enhancing the business experience when people come to their offices. Now, I know I'm not the only one. Have you ever lied to yourself that way? If you have, be like, girl, me too, okay? Because I know I'm not the only one that has spent so much time lying to themselves in business. I mean, I lied so good that I really started to believe what I was saying, and I actually made it make sense to me. Y'all, it was so bad. I was listening to everybody else and what they wanted to do and what they wanted me to do and what I was so good at doing, and even the point that I was listening to them even when they were saying they wasn't gonna pay me. Okay, they were making me believe, and my stupid self actually believed, that the exposure would get me more money. Yo, I was pulled in so many directions, and honestly, I did not know what was up from my down. I actually started to hate getting new clients, like real resentment, y'all. But let me ask you this. Have you guys ever had of a aha moment? Yeah, most people have, right? And so I like to say I didn't have an aha moment. I had a slap in the face moment. Guys, my slap in the face moment came get this. I had been in business for some years, and this one year I was just doing so many things, and I just felt like, I know that I made so much money this year. I did so much in business that when it comes tax time, I'm gonna go ahead and get a professional. Like, I'm not gonna do the little DIY stuff, filling in information. I want this stuff done right with all of my money that I've been making, right? So I went and got a tax professional, called the professional, and had him to look up my stuff and do my taxes. Guys, I just knew that the hard work I had put into that entire year was going to be shown in my business finances. He calculated my taxes and he told me how much money I made. $300. That's it. $300. $300. At that moment, I was floored. All the hard work, all the late nights, all the paint, Photoshops, all these different things I was doing for people. I was overwhelmed and overworked. All that work. And all I made was $300. Yo, at that moment, that was a slap in the face. 5 years of all of that. The time where I actually did the most work, I only made $300. That was the moment that I took to reflect on what I was even doing in my business and what my business looked like. And when I did that, I turned around and my business was unrecognizable. Unrecognizable. And I can say that at that moment, I decided to quit my business. But the truth really is, what business? There was no business for me to quit because $300, that's not a business. I don't even think IRS would claim that as a business. Yo, I had failed and I was in denial about it, but there was no doubt about it. There was no sugarcoating, no anything. Failure had been riding my back for years and I didn't even realize it. But that decision to start over after I recognized that failure, that was even harder than recognizing the failure. I decided to start over, and it seemed like every single day that I made that decision to start over, I talked myself into it, and at the last minute, I was like, you know what, never mind. There's so many things I gotta explain stuff. It's not the right time. It's not the right time. Guys, that went on for years. Years. And then I found an answer. I realized these steps to move beyond the starting over fear. I realized that there were some steps, if I could just do them the right way, I could move beyond it. And I did. And I also went and shared these steps with my fellow business owners and clients. And guys, these steps, they have done phenomenal things for people. And guess what? I'm going to share that with you today, okay? So now it's time to grab that pen and paper. This is the good part, okay? If you're ready for step 1, go ahead and type a 1 in the comments. All right, I see the ones. I know that there will be ones. So I'm going to go ahead, and acknowledge the failure. That's step 1. Acknowledge the failure. Okay, you failed. You already agreed that earlier, we talked about all the failures. Everybody fails in life, but now it's time to face the fact and move beyond that. You don't live in denial, you live in the present. You have to give yourself grace. You are not perfect. Remember that you are still on your journey. And if you remember that, then it will help it a lot easier for you to move past it. And if we're being honest, this failure is not really a waste of time if you take a chance to learn. It's all about your perspective. Okay? I like to tell people, you have to change your perspective in order to see the value in your failures and your journeys. I'm going to say it again so that the people that are writing can write this down. You have to change your perspective in order to see the value in your failures and in your journeys. So right now, it's the perfect time to analyze that failure. Learn the lesson within it, because learning is part of the journey. All right, so if we're going to say that we've already acknowledged it, we're not going to live in denial anymore. We're ready to move on. We're ready to learn our lessons. We're ready to go to the next step. If you're ready to go to the next step and find out what that is, put a next in the comments. All right, step 2, allow yourself to feel for the moment. Feel. Too many guys, we are praised for not having feelings and not showing our emotions. It seems like it's bad for anybody to feel, period. We live in a society where if you express your feelings and it's better, or if it's not happiness, then you're crazy or you're extra, right? But no, feelings are vital. Feelings are the one thing that confirms that we're still human. If you don't know how to feel, then who really are you? Guys, let your feelings out. Take a moment to feel. Do what you gotta do. If you gotta cry, scream, punch a bag, run, do whatever you need to do, but do not hurt anybody and don't hurt yourself. But do whatever you need to do to get it out. Do not ball it in. Get it out. Allow yourself to feel, but for only a moment. Now, when I say a moment, I don't mean like a minute or whatever, but take whatever that moment is to you, but only for that moment. Now, when do you know when the moment is too long, or when you're getting to the point when you're starting to grow in it? You want to take a moment, but do not grow in that feeling. Okay, because when you grow in things, that's when it starts to become part of your character, and that's when it becomes part of your norm. So make that decision to move beyond. Take that failure, because that failure is not your entire life. Your life is made up of so many moments and parts and lessons and things. That's just a part of your journey. Continue on your journey, and remember, shift your perspective. Remember what I said earlier, you have to change your perspective in order to see value in your failures and your journeys. So if you're still with me, I'm going to go ahead and give you the last step. So go ahead and type last step in the journey, Laura, in the chat, guys. All right, step 3, you're going to move with intention. And when I say move with intention, I mean move with the big 3. It's what I call the big 3 of intentionality. All right, vision is the first one. In the Bible, we know it says write the vision and make it plain so that you can run with the tablets. And if we're actually going to use the New Living Translation, I'm going to read it exactly like it is. It says, write the answer plainly on tablets so that you can run and the runner can carry the correct message to others. Y'all, the vision is the answer that we're talking about. Your problem, there's the answer. And guess what? That same vision, that answer, is somebody else's problem as well. And it's somebody else's answer as well. Guys, you have to write it plainly. You are the runner. You have to carry the correct message. And y'all, my issue was I was not carrying the correct message. I was carrying the message that everybody else wanted me to carry, but not the correct message. So that's number 1. You have to see it clearly. Because if you can't see it clearly, then you'll never be able to run with the correct vision. The second big 3 is plan. The verse says, the very next verse actually says, the vision is for a future time. It describes an end and it will be fulfilled. Guys, that's the planning part. To fulfill the vision, you need to fill the time. And that time should be filled with milestones. And milestones with dates. With dates. Don't just put a milestone on there, but with dates. Remember, milestones without dates is just wishful thinking. And we're going to go beyond that wishful thinking, okay? And the third big 3 is strategy. Strategic roadmaps. Verse 3 also says that if it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely come to place. It will not be delayed. How do you wait patiently? By using strategy. That strategy is a GPS, and your GPS is going to tell you which ways to go. And like any other GPS, when you start to go the wrong way, if there's traffic on your journey and in your road, your strategy changes a little bit. It's okay for your strategy to change, but make sure it changes for the right time and at the right places. Okay? So remember, vision, plan, strategy, big 3. You're going to move beyond with those 3, being intentional with those 3. Now, are y'all still with me? If you're still with me, say we here in the comments. Just to recap, first you're going to acknowledge the failure, then you're going to allow yourself to feel, and last you're going to move with intentions with the big 3. And at the end of the day, without these steps, I would never have been able to start over with my business and be in the right mindset to do that. Y'all, this time I move with purpose. I move with the intentionality of the big 3. And this time I actually love what I'm doing. I love that I have the correct message. And I love that I'm able to share that message with you guys. But y'all, I wouldn't have done it if I didn't know how to start over. And it's perfectly fine if you need to start over. If you need these steps to start over, it's perfectly fine, but you need to know when to start over. Because many times we continue to fail because we're too afraid to start over. For every minute that we spend doing that in our fear, we forfeit our purpose. The clients that we're supposed to serve will suffer. Our legacy is diminished. Our transformation is halted. Our happiness and our freedom is delayed. And at the end of the day, we failed. For what reason? At this time, it's time to make a move that's going to literally transition you from fear to success. Dr. Cheryl Wood says transformation never happens without a transaction. Guys, it's time to make a transaction to get that transformation that you want in business. A transformation is just an exchange. So what are you ready to exchange for that success and for that transformation? Okay. So for the people who are saying, I'm willing to exchange whatever it takes to get this transformation, I have a transformational Fire Fear Master Course opportunity just for you. This Fire Fear Master Course was designed for people who are tired of making every single decision based off of fear. This master course is for people who are ready to acknowledge that the fact that, yes, I've allowed fear to take the leadership position in my life and in my business too. This is for people who can admit that fear has stolen those precious moments of their business success. This is for people who are not living in their purpose and they know that they can do better. Guys, if this is you, put a yes in the chat. And this masterclass is not one of those masterclass where we're just going to give you the general information and have you figure it out how to fit it in your life. No, this masterclass is for the one who wants specific steps on how to be specific with their life. So during the class, you're going to get the steps and we're going to actually work on those steps while we're in class. You're going to identify the fears. We're going to work on how to use the big three of intentionality. And then you're going to find some other strategies to work through the class. And at the end of class, you're going to have everything you need to overcome that fear. And some of you guys are actually going to overcome it during the class. And then you're going to have a roadmap with steps to take to do that same thing, rinse, dry, and repeat for all the other fields that you have in business. Guys, graduates of this class have gone on to do so many wonderful things. We've had graduates that have moved from the fear of being in front of a camera to having multiple live streams on a continuous basis, booking multiple video interviews and shows, and creating their own visibility with success with their brands. Guys, this class has transformed lives, and so many students have taken advantage of it. The same transaction that I'm saying that you have to make is the same one that I offered to them, and they decided to take advantage. They decided that their fear and their transformation was worth this transaction. Guys, this Fire Fear Masterclass has materials and coaching sessions that are valued over $1,500, but I'm offering it to you today for less than $500. I'm offering it to you for an investment of $497. That's less than a third of the total value. And that's because I know that it's time for some of you guys. And if you don't have $497 right now, guess what? I'm even offering a split payment arrangement. You will only have to pay 3 bi-weekly payments of $197. Guys, it can't get any easier than that. What is it worth? What is your transformation worth? Go to firefearmasterclass.com. This can be the difference between your business success and you continuing to live in fear. Continue to live in failure. Continue to allow fear to take over. Just like that. Guys, these strategies work, the masterclass works, and the transformations are real. And just like all these graduates, the transformation can be real for you as well. Again, firefearmasterclass.com. For the ones who is ready to enroll, the ones who've been enrolling the whole time I've been talking, and the ones that are getting ready to enroll, congratulations. And welcome to the first step of your transformation period.
Come on now. Look, hold on. Let me take off my headphones. I had to have my headphones on so that I could listen to Theresa and everything that she was talking about. I hope you guys are taking advantage of this incredible opportunity. And like she says, and like Dr. Cheryl Wood says, transformation doesn't happen until the transaction. Y'all, I see a lot of the comments over here. A lot of people were saying, whoop, stepping on toes. Hold on. Let me shout out some of the comments that we had. Javon was saying, we continue to fail because we are too afraid to start over. Angelica Marcus says, thank you, Theresa. Thank you. Leticia says, preach, girl. Dr. Donna says, no, not delayed freedom. Right? Let me see what else. Javon says, love this. Cynthia says, oh my toes. Absolutely. Theresa says yes. And so definitely we're getting so many great comments. She just did an amazing job. And I hope that you guys take advantage of her offer that she's making. And of course, you guys know you still have a chance to see her workshop. Now, let me tell you this, guys. For everyone who is registered, okay, all of our registrants, the great thing about this is that we know that, life is happening. And so you might not be able to attend the entire conference all day long. Well, guess what? Every single one of the speakers that have spoken through this conference, number one, all the replays will be made available to everyone who is registered, okay? You'll get access to register. You'll get access to the replays. You'll get access to the workshops, because the thing is, we only have 4 different time slots tomorrow. So that means that some of the workshops you might not be able to attend them all, but you'll be able to plug into those different workshops and really take advantage of the information, okay? So we're super excited about that. The workshops will also be recorded by our speakers, and we'll make sure that that is available. So it does have some perks, and we literally have well over 250 people registered that throughout the year, they're going to need some empowerment. They're going to need some breakthrough. And the great thing about being registered is that at any time, you're able to go back and get inspired and learn some information and take action. All right. So let's go ahead and keep this thing moving. Yes, honey, we give all of our registrants 12 months access to all of the replays. So I'm just saying, listen, you guys, it's going to be amazing. Okay. All right. Awesome. Let's go ahead and bring on our next speaker. And her topic is going to be Stop Touching It. Wound care with Dr. Kenya. Let's bring her on.
Nothing in life is certain and consistency is scarce. Changes occur at the twinkling of an eye, causing dreams to wither and die. After I was sexually assaulted, it didn't allow me to be what was inside. My mind said no, and my body was terrified. I questioned my womanhood. My insides were labeled damaged goods. My nightmares told my story. My dreams held my visions confined from reality, and reality itself was a mystery I couldn't solve. The pain was left unattended in me. I didn't know where to find treatment for my tarnished soul that had mildewed and mold. The torture kept me under constant emotional, spiritual, and physical attacks. I didn't choose for this pain to hold me back. Sexual violence stifled me from growing. How did a rapist get pleasure by torturing my greatest treasure? His twisted mind put me to the test. He assaulted me, not caring if I'd ever find rest in my body, peace in my spirit, or composure in my demeanor. The one test I failed so bad, he robbed me of every ounce of confidence I had. He caught me by surprise. When people found out what he did, why was I criticized? He alone severed all family ties. He saw the fear in my eyes, but his nature still managed to rise. Why was he able to get enjoyment from my pain? What he did slowly drove me insane. What was he expecting to gain? I was a child and I was condemned for ruining his name. It was overlooked that he played with my body like it was a game. I wasn't his first victim, and he had no plans to make me his last. Did he learn that disturbing conduct from his own past? I'm curious to know, was it learned or was he a victim of his own destructive behavior? My nights became shorter and my days grew long. I punished myself because I felt I had done something wrong. Surely it was the outfit I was wearing or the style of my hair. Maybe it was the dangling earrings or the lip gloss that took him there to that twisted place in his consciousness. I wonder, did he come stalking the reunion and seeking child's play? He was going to violate me regardless of what I wore that day. He stripped me of my innocence, left me empty, and continued serving in the church, spreading abuse and inflicting hurt. He abused my inner self. Nothing was left. It was demoralizing, and the brokenness paralyzed my ability to explore the journey of life, which leads to destination. I couldn't comprehend. I had no power to defend my insides. I was left without a guide. I no longer had the ability to see the image of Christ or feel the comforter he left to comfort me. My body didn't trust me to protect it, and I suspected everyone and trusted no one. I went numb. My insides died because my mind said no, and my body was traumatized. He sexually assaulted a part of me, but my whole body suffered the shock. My heart locked. It locked me outside. My mind said no. It locked me out, and I attempted suicide. I'll never forget that night. I took my last breath as a little girl and reluctantly agreed to my position as a dysfunctional member of society and welcomed all type of rapists into my world. Greetings. I am Dr. Kenya Rawls, an overcomer of sexual violence. Can I share with you why I'm so passionate about this topic? Abuse is happening around the clock. We've all experienced, heard, witnessed, and or been affected in some manner by this devastating exploitation. I'm so eager for every woman to treat the root of her pain, not just the symptoms. I want to see my sisters restored and fulfilling their purposes. What if I told you you could defeat anything? What if I told you nothing can destroy you forever? Would you believe me? More importantly than me telling you, what if you told yourself these things? Would you believe you? I want you to hear yourself speaking life, love, hope, truth, and peace, because wound care matters. Make a commitment to speak what you want to manifest. Say it with me. I am whole. Say it again. I am whole. One more time. I am whole. Speaking to yourself every day. Our words have responsibility. It's not how you start, but how you finish. I'm from the projects in a small town in Alabama with a population of less than 2,000 people. Living in a small town was great because everyone knew each other and or was family. But living in a small town also had its challenges. I was taught at a very early age that what happens in the family stays in the family. I spent most of my childhood playing outside because when I grew up, we had one choice. Although there were two options, we had to stay outside or stay outside. But we couldn't run in and out because my granny made it a point to let us know anytime we tried to come in, we was letting her good cold air out. Not just any air, but her good cold air. The neighborhood was filled with so much laughter as we all played hide and seek, kickball, red light, green light, and freeze tag. I thought life was going to be filled with those kind of memories forever. I was seriously mistaken. I'll never forget an extremely warm summer afternoon in July. At the age of 13, I attended my very first family reunion. I didn't know what to expect, but from all the rumors I had heard, it was supposed to be like learning about your family at this big party, and you learn about them and through the whole family tree. And we were going to dance to Before I Let You Go, Brick House, The Electric Slide, barbecuing, eating mac and cheese, peach cobbler, and vanilla ice cream. The magical reunion quickly turned into a nightmare I couldn't wake up from. My drinks were spiked. I was extremely delusional and wounded. I instantly became prey. I was lured into a room with family that robbed me of my childhood. The attack was vicious. I screamed internally, but fear paralyzed my vocal cords. I couldn't escape the room, so I jumped up and ran to the restroom. I passed out on the floor. The next day, the loud bang, bang, bang on the door woke me up. I had the worst hangover. I was extremely afraid of what was waiting for me on the other side of the door. Regardless of what was waiting, I told myself I was definitely going to tell someone and or everyone who was willing to listen what had happened to me. My heart was racing out of control. My mind and my body was at war. I slowly opened the door and immediately remembered the golden rule. What happens in this family stays in this family. Granted, my life spiraled out of control after that, but eventually I was healed physically, but I still had emotional wounds. It was a struggle to heal my wounds because I kept touching them instead of doing the root work needed to heal the little girl within. The abuse consumed my thoughts, ultimately affecting my mindset. I replayed the scenario in my mind over and over and over. I adopted a victim mentality, made excuses because I was sexually abused. Reliving negative experiences again and again will prolong suffering and stifle growth. Wounds require the proper care to heal. Without a safe place to heal and a safe place to be heard and understood, the pain and shame can keep you from being whole. The journey for peace after the storm will not be easy, but you are worth being whole. To receive proper wound care, please stop touching the wound. Continuously touching it can cause an infection and delay your healing. If you had a physical wound that needed medical attention, would you think about going to get it treated, or would you actually do it? Would you seriously deny yourself the proper medical treatment? It's imperative to create an atmosphere conducive to heal what broke you. Sis, wholeness is your portion. Speak it and believe it. It is necessary for you to hear yourself speaking what you need to manifest. I believe executing the AAA method will help you accomplish this. Admit, ask, action. What does admitting consist of? I'm glad you asked. Admitting you're broken, bruised, and or bleeding is significant because you're no longer in denial. You know there's a problem. If you went to the hospital right now, the hospital staff is going to ask you, what brings you in today? How did this happen? What is your pain level on a scale of 1 to 10? You will be required to admit what you need to be treated. Admitting allows you to identify the specific area where it hurts, which means the correct area will be properly treated. Ask. What does asking consist of? Well, I'm glad you asked. Asking for help requires mental fortitude. When you ask for help, your mind get on one accord with what your body needs. Asking indicates you have an expectation. You know it isn't something you can do alone. If you were pregnant, would you attempt to deliver your baby alone? Delivering a baby requires many people doing things they specialize in. Would you feel guilty about not being a specialist in every area needed to deliver your own baby? Asking for assistance isn't a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength. Action. What does taking action consist of? I'm glad you asked. Taking action in its simplest forms mean you've made a commitment to do whatever it takes to heal. When you take action, you're deciding to execute a plan. Setting a step-by-step goal will help you keep track of what you're attempting to accomplish. If you were hungry but never took any action to feed yourself, you would starve. Taking action requires being responsible for what you need. Sis, the time is now. You deserve to heal. Your wound care shouldn't have to wait until tomorrow. What happened to you? isn't your fault. You're not responsible for what happened to you. However, you are responsible for your healing. Today is the day for you to implement the triple A method. That's why you have to remember to admit you need wound care. Ask for help for your wounds. And action, making a commitment to heal your wounds. We as a society, we as a community, we as a race, we as a gender, we as a sisterhood should unite and support each other. All women should have a safe space to properly heal and have their voices heard. I am the CEO of SIS, Synergy in Sisterhood, counseling, coaching, and consulting. No one should suffer in silence. We are better together. You don't have to hide your shame. The road to recovery is not built on silence. Healing represents being whole. Sis, it's time for you to stop living in half. Please follow me on all social media platforms at Dr. Kenya Inspires. Also, reach out to me on my Facebook page, Synergy in Sisterhood, to set up a free meeting of the minds consultation. I may or may not be the person for you. If I am for you, let's grow through it. If I'm not, I'll do everything I can to help you find someone who is good for you. Don't procrastinate. This offer is only good for 24 hours. I've shared with you the honesty in my truth, the love from my roots, the beauty from within, the self of my esteem, the colors of my rainbow, the brightness in my glow, the beat in my heart, the sweet in my tart, the consistency of my soul, the integrity that makes me whole. Embrace the phenomenal in me. Again, I am Dr. Kenya Rawls, an overcomer of sexual violence.
Dr. Kenya, you just did your thing, and let me actually put this down. I'll pull it up once we bring on our speakers. Listen, it's time that we heal our wounds. It's time that we stop picking at those wounds and let those wounds heal. That is so good, and so deep. And so, thank you so much for just everything that you brought here. Make sure, guys, that y'all plug in. I hope y'all took advantage of what she was giving. But don't forget, tomorrow we do have our workshops. If you are not registered, you do not get access to the workshops. These are private only, even the replays. And so you must be registered. And in order to get access to the replays, to the workshops, you must go to thebreakoutconference.com. Hold on, let me get my mind together. Thebreakthroughconference.com. That's where you want to go right now, thebreakthroughconference.com. Even if you can't make it to every single talk today or even tomorrow, if you miss some of the workshops, the great thing is all of the replays are going to be made available. Of course, you want to be there live because I know that our speakers are going to offer special deals for those individuals who have joined live. But if you have to be able to get to the replay, that's what you're going to do, right? So you want to make sure that you're registered so you can get access. So right now, waiting on Theresa as well as Brittany. Theresa and Brittany, if you guys are going to join me, I am going to turn on the link so you can come on in and share with everybody what your special giveaway is going to be. And I thought I pulled up all the things, but I didn't. So what we'll do is we'll just pull you up on the regular screen so that you can share real quick what your giveaway is going to be. Hold on. Let me do like so, like that, and like so, like that. And let's bring on one of our guests, like so, like that. All right. I know that was quick. You all ready? What's going on, Queen? How are you?
I am fine. How are you?
Doing amazing, girl. You just laid it out on that talk. And that red background, honey, was popping. That's my favorite color. Yes. So share with everybody real quick, what is it that you're going to be giving away? And also, of course, make sure to plug yourself.
Okay, so I am going to be giving away a Make It Phenomenal gift set. I always tell people that you have to choose to make it phenomenal. And so I wanted to make sure that I gave away something that would set you up to start to create that environment to make it phenomenal. So I have a lot of goodies in this gift set. I have some things that I brought with me so you can see. So I have a book of affirmations, and all these things are not by me. These are local authors, entrepreneurs, queens that have created these gifts for you guys, and I created a whole gift set for you so that you can get started. So a book of affirmations, we have a book, so we know if your vision isn't correct, then nothing else moves. So you're going to learn to get your vision together, and none other than our very own Theresa Avant. You're going to get your vision with the financial part as well, because we need it all. Like, it doesn't matter if we don't have our vision together, if we're not making money and we're stressed and frustrated. That doesn't work. And then we also have another financial investment here, because you're going to actually learn to get your life together with your children. Guys, we don't have to sit here and not bring our kids along in this environment or in these lessons. Bring your kids so that they can learn what you are just now learning at that young age. We also have other things like these amazing exclusive Make It Phenomenal t-shirts. You will not see these colors anywhere else. And you also get a special surprise from me. I talked to you guys about my Fire Fear Masterclass. You're going to get a special offer and an opportunity to enter this masterclass if you win this gift set, along with some other things that are going to help you create your environment to make it phenomenal. Guys, this gift set is valued at over $2,000. You're going to want to go ahead and register.
Wait a minute. Listen, honey. Listen, all I can say is girl, what? She's giving y'all like so much. So I hope you guys are going to the link. And also, Theresa, tell everybody one more time again, how can they get in contact with you?
So you can get in contact with me by going to firefearmasterclass.com, and that's how you're going to get in contact with me immediately.
All right. Well, listen, we're about to do this giveaway. I posted the link, y'all. I posted the link in the chat space for those of you who are registered. So I hope y'all have gone and filled that out. Let me try to pull it up real quick. Child, I need to get me some earbuds, because this you can't wear. What, you know what? I don't care. Let me do it real quick. This is how it was like the other day. I went to go get something to eat, and y'all know I got my big earphone. Like earbuds don't really fit in my ear, so I was at the restaurant looking like this. I don't care. All right, let's see. Okay, we only got 3 people that submitted their stuff, so this gonna be quick. Hold on. Listen, folks are missing out on these. This is huge. This is huge. Hold on, let's see here. Y'all, did y'all see the link? Make sure you fill out information on the link. You fill it out. Okay, let's go ahead and pull it up real quick. And I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see. 1 second. How do I do that from right here? There we go. Here's the names. And we're going to go to the wheel of names. All right. 1 second. This is from yesterday. All right. So here are our 3. Now, remember, guys, if you want to win, you must be logged into the system. I know right now I went to go see how many people were looking on the different platforms, and we have people tuning in from all over the world. We have a lot of people that are tuning in, but if you're registered, you need to log into the system so that you can actually get an opportunity to win. So let's do this thing. All right, we're going to spin for the win. Here we go. Maybe not. Maybe so. Oh, I gotta click on the OK. Here we go. All right. Well, congratulations to Rodney Tate Jr. Rodney Tate Jr., congratulations to you. You have won this incredible gift package. Now, Theresa, this is all. Is this for men too, or he gonna need to gift it out to one of his lady friends?
Exclusive color for men, so yes.
All right, yes. Well, congratulations to you, darling. All right, well, darling, I will make sure to get you his details as well. But we're gonna go ahead and keep this thing moving because I don't see our next giveaway, our next person, Brittany. Well, thank you, Theresa. I'll see you back in the chat. I'll see you back in the chat, love. Bye. Okay, y'all, so we're going to go ahead. Congratulations again to Rodney. Listen, y'all do not want to miss out on these opportunities to win these gifts. I promise you guys, we have gifts all day long. Y'all submitted y'all information a little bit too late, but that's okay. We're going to get you right for the next one, okay? I will post the link So just be ready, y'all. Be ready, be ready. As soon as you see the link, and I was posting it while she was talking, so make sure y'all check into the chat space so you don't miss the next giveaway. But hold on. And the next giveaway we're going to be giving after you get a chance to do our networking session. So we'll be going to networking, which is after 2 speakers. And then when we come back, we're going to be doing some more giveaways, okay? So just make sure you guys are ready to rock and roll. I believe that was specifically for Rodney Tate. I think that was for Rodney Tate. So let's celebrate Rodney for getting that win. And we shall be right back. Let me see. Who's our next speaker? Oh, yes. So we have our next speaker, another young lady that I've partnered with on several projects. In fact, she currently has her own collaboration project coming out. Super excited about that. So without further ado, let's get her on. Her title is Permission Granted. Show up for your life in 2021. None other than Rose Walker.
Did you know that you have been programmed to not do what you want to do? Yeah, I'm talking about you. I don't see no kids here. All you adults, you grown folk that's out there today, you've been programmed. Yes, I said it. You know, those things that you want to do, those things that you said that you were going to do last year, the things that you said you were going to do 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you were programmed to not do them. And it started from when you were a child. Guys, my name is Rose A. Walker, better known as Miss Ross Speaks, and I'm here today to break those chains and change your frequency, because 2021 is going to be your best year ever, because I'm here to give you permission to enjoy your life. Like so many people, we have been nurtured into being obedient. Well, sometimes. We've been taught to listen to our elders. We've been trained to do the right thing. But what is the right thing, right? I don't know about you, but I remember growing up. You know, I remember when I wanted to go get something to eat, I had to ask permission. I remember when I was a little girl, when I wanted to go outside and play, I had to ask permission. I remember when I was in school. Yeah, in school. And I needed to go to the bathroom. I had to ask for permission. So if you think about it, we've been asking for permission all our lives. You see, I was that girl that always asked for permission. Now, does this resonate with any of you? Were you that child? Were you taught to be obedient? Were you taught to speak a certain way and respect your elders and make sure that you were spoken to before you spoke? Because at the end of the day, we were just following directions, right? Not knowing that it would follow us for the majority of our lives. I remember when I was in middle school. I was one of those people that loved to go and do and do and do. But many times I had to second guess myself. I started to second guess myself to know if I was right or if I was wrong. Could I do it? Do I have to ask this adult? But I had ideas. There were things that I wanted to change. I love school, but I wanted to create things and do things. But if I asked permission and they told me no, where did my ideas go? Where did my thoughts go? So guys, I want to keep you going on this journey with me, because I know somebody out there can feel where I'm going with this. You see, when I went to high school, because they tell us which way to go. We really don't have to ask permission. At a young age, we're told that we're going to nursery. Then we're told we're going to elementary school. Then we're told we're going to middle school. And by middle school, you already assume or you already know you are going to the 9th grade. You're already preparing your mind on how to go through those 4 years of school, right? Already. So it's not that you even had to ask permission. You were already told without your permission. Already molded to receive whatever was coming at you, no matter what. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? If you know that you were told what to do from the age of 0 to 18, go ahead and put a 1 down in the comments today. So, I went to high school, and there were some things that I decided to not ask permission for, and I've learned that as I got older, the more and more that I followed my intuition, I followed my gut, I did what I know I was supposed to do, I succeeded over and over and over again, even though I might have failed sometimes, but I pushed and I made it through. I remember in high school, running for queen of the school, and not asking anybody's permission in the sense of who would tell me that I couldn't do it, because I felt it in my gut. I knew that I was supposed to be there. I knew that I was supposed to be the person that represented my high school that I loved. Then after that, guys, I got excited about college. Anybody been to college? Anybody was excited about going to college? Oh, okay. Well, I was signed up for college, guys, and wow, thought I was going to school to be a psychologist, and all of a sudden, my dad told me I needed to change my major. Yeah, he told me I needed to change my major to pharmacy. What? What is that? For what? I want to be a psychologist. I know I'm supposed to be here and change people's lives. No. You need to be a pharmacist. What happened? Anybody ever have someone just literally change the whole direction of your life because of what they believed? Because a lot of times, guys, we're waiting on someone to give us confirmation. We're waiting on someone to give us permission. So that changed the whole directory of my life, guys. I went to school and didn't know why I was taking those classes for many years. And eventually I woke up and shifted. But I want to take you guys a little further in my journey. Because at the end of the day, I want to give you a couple of things, a couple of steps that will get you to have your best year ever in 2021. Because I'm granting you permission. So you ready to rock with me on that one? This whole presentation is in honor of a woman that raised me. And I hope this inspires you. When I was a little girl, I was very, very passionate about my grandmother. Anybody had that love for your grandmother? And I remember she didn't have a lot of aspirations, but she was a good grandmother. And one of the things I know she would tell me today and told all of you is to go for it. Go for whatever it is you've been thinking about. Go for whatever it is you've been putting to the side. Because granted means there's some things that need to be done. There's some grants that you need to write. There's some people you need to serve. There's some businesses you need to launch. There's some businesses that are ready to go to 6 figures. So go for it now in 2021, right? So breaking down the word granted. So with R, what I would tell you guys is to renew your mind on a day-to-day basis. And with renewing your mind, you want to get into a state of mind where you're able to visualize what it is you want for 2021. What do you want to feel? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And every day you have to hold that thought. A, you want to assess your environment. Let me tell you something. If the people around you are in fear, if the people around you are always talking about poverty, if the people around you are always second guessing to move forward, you need to assess your environment and do some shifting and shaking and movement and create or connect with people that are in the same alignment that you are going into. So that's super, super, super important. All right. So when we think about assessing your environment, the 5 people that you hang around with the most are the people you will become. Next up is N. N is do not, okay? Do not take any of your time for granted. Understand that every moment is necessary. So when you think about N, think about necessary. What are the things that are necessary for you to do this year? Do you know that this is a season for you to get your house? Do you know this is a season for your business to explode to 6 figures? Do you know if this is the season to get the dream car that you wanted? Is it? Because 2021 will be your best year ever. So when we think about that N, for necessity, let's think about the T. Listen, guys, time is so precious right now. Reclaim all of it. Time is so precious right now. Listen, don't waste it at all. Okay? What I mean by that is things that you used to do before, you cannot do those same things now. You have to shift, right? Phone calls that don't mean anything, TV shows that don't mean anything, lollygagging around, all those things no longer matter for 2021 because it's all about you living your best life. It's all about you doing those things that you desire to do, right? Listen, if you didn't know, I don't know if you guys realize, but 2020 shifted the lives of everybody. I know it did for me. Many people lost people. Many people woke up, and many people didn't. So that brings me to E. Guys, excuse all excuses and execute. If you are watching this video today and you know that I know that I know that you know that you know that you know that this is the season for you to go full speed ahead, guys, drop all things that no longer matter in your life. I'm serious. People, things, even things in your home, release all those things that could be holding you down and execute your vision. Visualize your vision. Write your vision down, guys. Every day, make it a major goal for you to go straight forward because this is the best year of your life. And guys, D, be dedicated, be vigilant, all right? Decide that nothing will stop you. You have to decide every single day that you are going to live your best life. You know, right now, people are afraid to fly. People are afraid to do this. People are afraid to do that. But fear is not going to get you to your best life. Faith is. Every day you have to decide to live your best life. Every day you have to be conscious of what you're doing. And if it's in alignment with what you desire, that's the key to this. So if you really, really, really want to live this year like you've never lived before, guys, decide to visualize it, execute, assess those that you are around, go for it. And you know what, as I close up with you guys today, send it to some gratitude. Take a sheet of paper out and write down things you are so grateful for, especially coming out of 2020. And I promise you, as you sit there and you write those things that you are grateful for, it will change the frequency of your life. So you can raise that vibration, right? And attract the best life of 2021. Guys, thank you so much. And I will see you in the sky or on the beaches of wherever we are.
Rose Walker, yes, ma'am, hunty. First of all, let me tell you something. I've been knowing Rose now for some years, and just the transition of what has been taking place in her life, just to even hear how she speaks now, it's just so amazing. And so, man, Rose, you are amazing. And listen, the programming part, bro, like that is so true in regards to just how we move and when we take action or when we don't take action, or when we do and when we don't do. A lot of that has to do with how we have been programmed. So thank you so much for sharing that information. By the way, all of our co-authors, so for all of the co-authors, well, authors of the Breakthrough book, make sure you guys check your emails. I just sent something really, really dope to you guys. Super excited about that. I'm so excited for the rest of this conference, y'all. We still have some more amazing speakers. So without further ado, I'm not going to delay this at all. We're going to bring up our next speaker, and her title is called Breakthrough from Trauma to Resilience. Breakthrough from Trauma to Resilience. So let's bring her on up. Theresa.
Just like that, it appears the world went crazy and became chaotic. COVID-19, riots, economical collapses. When nearly a year ago, we clung to our schedules, our hobbies, and our habits. But today, we face the unknown, especially within ourselves. But the truth is, resilience is built during the most traumatic times. For decades, we've been living with increasing levels of depression, anxiety, and traumas. We feel it daily inside ourselves, in the world, in our family environments, and even in the workplace, allowing ourselves to continue living through ego and not through spirit. We have lost control and we are no longer grounded. Our foundation, of which we were so determined to hold on to, has now expired. So, what if I told you that during this chaotic time, I've created safe spaces through television, radio, and social media that provided more than 200 women and a few men the outlet to share their stories on trauma and heal. That's right. And what if I told you that half of those stories were shared with the world for the very first time, including mine? But before I get into that, let me introduce myself. I am Theresa Sass, your benevolent and sassy mentor, and I am a native Thriver woman of Brooklyn, New York. I have over 10 years of experience working with individuals, helping them heal and navigate their daily lives after trauma. I am the CEO of She Is Not Her Trauma, which was birthed during this traumatic time for the world, COVID-19, and today, my mission is to change the narrative of women during these difficult moments, teaching them how to strengthen their emotional and spiritual mindsets through restorative healing avenues of support and engagement, to embrace their truth, embrace their trauma, and embrace their transformation. So, today, my fellow millennials, it's time for change. You have to shift your mindsets and take control over your healing today. Stop allowing pride, fear, rebellion, procrastination, and ignorance to keep you safe and comfortable. The younger generation is watching, and your way of modeling needs shifting. Type yes or yes in the chat if you can agree that some of our adult behaviors are affecting our youth. Your behavior affects your child's behavior. Whether or not they seem like it, they are listening and learning. Just as they learn to talk from repeating your words, they learn to behave by repeating your behaviors. So where do you think that you learned some of your behaviors from? How many of us can agree that we inherited some of our parents' behavior? I know I did. on down to the peas story, right? So let me tell you about these peas. My mama hated peas. She did not like peas, and she said when she was younger she used to get a beating. She used to get in trouble because she hated peas so much, and she used to always say, well, you know what? When I get my own kids, I ain't gonna make them eat no peas. I ain't gonna make them eat no peas because I just do not like them. And so, what do you think happened when my mother became an adult? We ain't eat no peas. She said when she got her own kids, we wasn't gonna eat no peas, so that's exactly what happened, right? And so, I decided that I want to, now start my own family and transition on over and, get a new life. And now it's time for me to go shopping and stuff for my household. And so, what do you think did not make it into my household? Them same old peas. And so the reason why I'm telling this story is because that is just a prime example of how our mindsets are shaped, right? We believe so many things and we get stuck in those spaces, right? And we don't really realize how we can be effective to other people because of our mindsets. And because I've noticed how my behaviors were affecting my youth, I've done the work. And the great news is that I was able to document my journey and discoveries. So starting today, with your commitment, if you follow and depend on these 3 powerful tips, embracing your truth, embracing your trauma, and embracing your transformation, your healing journey will begin, and you will start to own your freedom and happiness. So, I have a question. How often in your life has the word trauma been defined or explained to you? Type in the chat the number of times the word trauma was explained to you. I'm curious to know. For real. I'm curious to know. Why? Because as for me, I think I learned about last year what trauma was until I was in an abnormal psychology course. Okay? And so let me define what trauma is, for the purpose of our talk today, right? Trauma is an event that disrupts the sense of safety and security of someone else. Trauma is about how the event affects us. It is not always about the event, but also how we react to it. And even if it might be trauma to one person, it might not be trauma to another. Responses to trauma can also vary by person to person. So, I want to start off by embracing your truth. Embracing your truth means owning the power to your story. They say the truth sets you free, right? So the first thing I would say is discover and own the power to your story. Discovering and embracing your truth will allow you to become free and lead you towards your highest self. When choosing to own your truth, understand that you are choosing a healing journey that has power to drive you towards the best future and the best of you. You are adding quality to your life because you are indeed worthy. So I want you to type in the chat box, I am worthy. That's right, you are worthy. And at this point, you should already know that power is indeed important, right? There are so many truths that are within you, and once you begin uncovering those truths by being honest with yourself, you'll find healing. When you choose power and own your truths, you are choosing to make life happen for you and not let life happen to you. You are willing to make a difference, lead with love, and have a positive impact, not only on yourself, but others. Embracing your trauma is where your resilience resides. The way you respond, act, and recover matters. Don't ever let your trauma take your power away or make you feel like you can't make an impact on the world just because of an experience. Because not long ago, I underwent the most gloomiest day of my life. I never even knew my own story until the age of 34. I learned that I lost both of my parents to incarceration at 10 months old. I then discovered that my childhood trauma to all of the traumatic events was the cause of it. I experienced things that disrupted my sense of safety, and this included domestic violence relationships, emotional, physical, verbal abusive relationships, medical procedures, and neglect towards oneself and children, unsafe environments, and not to mention even going through a divorce and now the pandemic. Just because these things happen along the way doesn't mean that I had to stick into what happened to me. I chose to think differently. I chose to react differently. I chose to interpret my world differently, and I took advantage of the pandemic. I knew I needed to find me, so I did it all. I obtained my degree in liberal arts and psychology, obtained my coaching certification, started 3 businesses, became a self-published author, and provided trauma-informed education and healing conversations to over 500 million people. Okay? So let's not forget to mention that through all of that, the life of being a mom. So type in the chat, oh my God, if you already know that consists of an extra 24 hours of my time. Okay? And so that still didn't stop me from moving forward. So you can permanently shift your mindset to identifying and removing yourself as being a victim. The last thing I want to leave you with today is embracing your transformation. Embracing your transformation is the view you have on yourself. Love on yourself and be your authentic self. I remember that time when I had no clue of who I was. People would ask Theresa, and who are you? And I would use my jobs as defining me and all this other stuff. I never really knew. And so how many of of us sitting here today can say the same thing? You was a nurse, or you was whatever your job title was. You ain't never label out those amazing things, right? But what I want to tell you today about embracing my transformation, the first thing that I was so happy about was the fact that I was able to accept loving God again. Accept loving God again. And these things couldn't manifest itself until I shifted my mindset and understood that my words were the wand, and that I held the key, and I controlled the will to my healing and my freedom. Now that sounds like a lot, and in fact it was. However, I'm embracing every moment. I'm a firm believer that it is the responsibility of each of us to understand that in order to embrace your truth, you must own the power to your story and learn that the easiest way to grow your power is to give your experiences away. So what if I told you that you can break through anything? There's no situation or circumstances known in this world that you cannot break through. You are indeed not easily broken. Tomorrow is always another day full of purpose. Tomorrow is always another day of opportunity for something bigger and better. So don't let anyone tell you that you can't go from the surviving woman to the thriving woman once you've learned to embrace your truth, embrace your trauma, and embrace your transformation. You see, you have to shift your mindset from desperation to becoming and learn to be impeccable with those negative connotations. You will realize your words are your wand to your story, and you have the power to control how your story ends. And if you are willing to step up to the plate and accept your healing, then your story will be able to not only help you, but help someone else as well, and end a lot of negative experiences that other people may experience. Would you believe me? But what if I told you that to believe yourself? Would you believe you? And so before I end my 3 tips on how you are able to transition to your healing, I want to leave you with a very empowering story on how I was able to embrace my transformation. See, it was a time that I gave up on God. But how many of us know that we can't make it without him? And so when I mention God, I'm mentioning God based off of what you label him as, whether he's the universe, Jehovah, Jahira, whatever you want to label him as, but I know him as God. And so without him, man, I wouldn't even be standing in front of you today. I remember 2020 November, I was facing eviction with my 2 kids for the second time. But this time around it was a little different because I had my daughter this time. First time I faced eviction, I had my son. We went to a shelter and all those other type of things. But this time around, it felt different. I was standing there. I remember the day before I even went to the shelter, I told one of my coaches, oh my goodness, I feel like a miracle is about to happen. And I don't know if how many people ever experienced a miracle, but them things is real. Them things are real, okay? And so I remember that as I was standing there at that shelter, Spirit was telling me that I needed to take this $194 that was on my bank card, and I needed to get a rental car and drive 900 miles to Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm like, what? Huh? But I know that there was a time in my life that, I would hear God's voice, but us being stubborn, we ain't really paying attention. But this time around, I knew it was different. And so I did just that. Found me a rental car. And I said, well, you know what? Even if I can't fit everything in this car, I don't care. I'm going, because God told me that I need to take this car and I need to go to Georgia. Everybody in my family is like, girl, you crazy. How you going there? And when I tell you I ain't have a quarter, nickel, dime, a penny, but that $194 on that credit card, and I was fixing my credit too. Everybody was like, you crazy. Called that lady after I, called and found out about this apartment that I've been looking for in regards to, moving to Georgia. I'm following what Spirit told me. She told me I could move in the next day after I called. And I said, oh my goodness. So I took that car that I was told to, to rent. And I drove 900 miles to Norcross, Georgia with my 2 children. And my dog. And my turtles. And whatever else couldn't fit in that car, I just left it. And the whole time, when I tell you, I had the devil on one arm talking about, girl, where you going? You ain't even got no money to pay them people. And God like, keep going, girl, keep going. So I turned my music up and kept on driving, right? Kept on driving. I gets there. I told you I didn't have any money. I gets there. And I says, hi, my name is Theresa Sass, and I'm moving into boom, 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 boom. And he goes, okay, let me get your lease. And he brings out this shiny old white envelope and these shiny old gold keys and says, well, here you go, enjoy your place. And I was looking, and now on the paper where I gotta sign a lease, this shiny old highlighted yellow saying you got to pay first month rent. And I'm like, well, he ain't asked me for it. Should I say something? I know I ain't got the money. He gave me the keys and everything. He said, enjoy your place. I get into the place, okay? And all I heard was God say, I told you it was real. And all I did was drop down to my knees. Why? Because when I even opened up that door, that 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom townhouse that I was writing in my journal every day came to manifestation. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I couldn't believe what was happening. On top of that, I ain't have to pay rent till January 2021. Now, you already know I was excited. Okay. Wait, but I got an even better part of the story. So I was supposed to return that rental car back. Remember the one that I had to get for $194? I was supposed to return that back. So Spirit told me that I needed to, extend it a couple of days. So I'm like, all right, because I needed a car anyway. But I knew that I was going to go get one, just say no way. And so, I followed what was said. And, speaking to one of my other coaches, she's like, okay, well, when you call, tell them you don't have no money. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that. And so I called and said, excuse me, I got a rental car. And is this rental car for sale? Because I would like to buy it. And he goes, yeah, it's for sale. How much money you got on it? And I said, nothing. He goes, oh, okay, well, I can see what I could do, and I'll give you a call back. I said, okay, no problem. Went about my business. Because listen, God done got me this far, right? And I ain't have to pay no rent, no nothing, so why not believe in this car? He calls me back the next day and goes, Miss Sass, don't worry about returning that car because it's yours. I done found the bank that was willing to give you the car with no money down. And I'm like, what? Meanwhile, y'all, I was all going crazy because I knew my credit was shot. But turn around, and that same day I get a phone call from an old boss that tells me, Theresa, I need you to do a job for me, and I'm going to be able to pay you up front for 6 months for the job. And I couldn't believe my ears because I just turned around and got a brand new townhouse, a brand new car. And then after I get all these brand new things, I turn around and now I get paid to pay up all of these bills for a whole year. You can't tell me my God ain't good. And when it's your time, it's your time. Never feel like you gotta duplicate or replicate anything else that anyone else is doing, because your time is your time and nobody else can walk in your shoes. So I want you to believe in yourself today and take your first step towards your healing, because I'm telling you, when you reach that stage of freedom, of reaching that peaceful mind and manifesting your truest desires, you will never turn back. So I'm inviting you to join me today.
Y'all see my face? Do you see my face? Theresa. Girl, that whole story had chills. I got chills listening to your story. Girl, for you to have, can I say something? There's not a lot of people who walk in faith like that. And well, first of all, not a lot of people walk in faith, period. And what I mean by that is, because there's two different things. You got faith and then you have fear. And in faith, you walk without knowing what's going to happen. You take action without knowing what's going to happen. But many people, or many times, we operate in a space of fear, which allows us to have doubt. It allows us to hesitate. It allows us to be in a position where I need to pray on it. See, when somebody tells you they need to pray on something, they're operating in a space of fear, not in a space of faith. And so for you to, first of all, just pick up your car and drive across the country to a state where you don't even have anywhere to live. That right there, if that's not a testament to how great God is when you operate in a space of faith. Because faith doesn't mean it's always going to be perfect. Faith doesn't mean that you're always going to have a plan. Faith means to take action. Works. That was powerful, girl. Honey, chills. I got it. Listen, this is what we're about to do. Speakers, all my speakers for today. So if you are in here for my speakers today, Theresa, Dr. Kenya, Rose, Jerisa, Latisa, Natasha, Joyce, and Manaima. If you guys are in the chat space right now, if you guys are live in the actual chat space, can you do me a favor real quick and just say here? Because I want to make sure, because what we're going to do now, we're going to go into networking and we're going to have some tables, and I'm going to have to update the names of the tables to your names. And so I want to make sure, but I don't want to make the tables and then, folks ain't here. So again, if I said your name, Theresa, Dr. Kenya, Rose, Jerisa, Latisa B. All right. Manaima. Okay. All right. Hold on, y'all. Let me do something real quick. Type so I can know you're here. So I can know it's real. So let's see. We have Latisa is here. Because I don't think everybody is here today. Theresa is here. Okay, awesome. Natasha is here. For only today, if I said your name, that means you're today's speaker, not yesterday. So please, if I said your name, who is King's Palms or King Psalms 9166? Who is that? All right. So again, Theresa, Dr. Kenya, Rose, Jerisa, Natasha, Latisa. I have Latisa, Natasha, and Manaima are here. Anybody else that I missed? Okay. Nope. Only those. Oh, and Joyce. Yes, Joyce. Okay. Joyce. All right, so let me go. We're about to go into networking real quick, guys. We're going to network for about 10 minutes, and I'm going to update the first 4 tables to be the speakers. But if you also want to do one-on-one networking, you can do one-on-one networking. It is now 1:42 p.m. Just to make it an even number, we'll do it 1:45, which will then go to 1:45. So at 1:55 Central Time, so that is 2:55. Is when we will finish the networking, okay? So yes, and Theresa, okay, yes. So I've got 5 people that are here today that are going to go into the networking groups, and you can go into their tables, okay? So again, 1:45 Central, 2:45 Eastern, 11:45 Pacific, and you guys will have 10 minutes in the networking. So we're going to do a pause here. You're going to have to go over to the lounge so that you can network and connect. You could go to the tables, or you can also go to the tables, or you can also go to one-on-one networking. And I've sent videos so you guys know how to be able to connect there. Okay, so we've got 10 minutes. Let's go and network and connect. And everybody that is watching on Facebook Live, they are currently networking. So that's what I was setting up. Everybody is networking. And we're going to just be here. So while they're networking, I'm going to play some commercials so you guys can actually see. Let me make sure. I think we're still live. Yeah, I'm going to play some commercials so y'all can see. And yeah, we are live still. Awesome. So y'all like my hat? Hopefully y'all like my hat. Okay, I'm going to play some commercials.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the conference. My name is Joyce King. I'm a life coach. The heart of my work is to help women to find themselves, regardless of their past circumstances, experience, and struggles. With everything going on in the world today, the pandemic, COVID-19, sometimes we lose ourselves. We have to redefine ourselves. Let's set up a discovery session, one-on-one. TalkToJoyce.com or 248-716-1459. I would love to hear from you. Talk to you soon.
I'm Candy, and I use Emotional Mindscape Method to help successful women in midlife master their emotions so they can shift from force to power and elevate their overall quality of life without feeling overwhelmed or suppressing who they are. My mission is to reconstruct the world by reconstructing the minds of 1,000 successful women in midlife. Schedule a call with me today at www.shiftingfromforcetopower.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. Theresa Woodard with TW Med Consulting, and I help people reverse disease processes through healthy lifestyle transformation and educational epiphanies. I do this through my online courses and classes, as well as through books that I've authored on health and wellness. Now, if you haven't already, please be sure to contact us and connect with us through our social media on Facebook and Instagram at TW Med Consulting. And also, I hope you've enjoyed all the information we've shared thus far. But if not, be sure to catch our free gift that's available at drteresaw.com/free gift. We hope to see you there soon because we want to be there for your health care.
Hello. It's Latisa B, and I help women of all ages to uncover and tap into their gift. I show them exactly what to do to let go of all the things that's blocking it. Are you ready to utilize your gift to fully operate in your purpose? Then take your next steps and download my free gift at www.IamReadyToLetGo.com.
I'm Dr. Angelika Christie, and I help the woman over 50 thrive in her relationship with herself and others. She gains clarity about what she wants now and the courage to create a new future with the commitment to joyfully live as the unapologetic, magnificent woman she truly is. Visit my website, angelikachristie.com, or WhatsApp me at 305-343-8324 to receive my 7-step blueprint to outrageous success for free.
Hello, welcome to the Breakthrough Conference. My name is Cynthia Marquez with Creative Thinking, and I help individuals and business relationships connect cohesively through effective communication. If you are in a place in your relationship or have a team to manage and would like to get specialized tips and tools to be an effective communicator, visit creativethinking.org for more details. You guys have a good time at the conference. Thanks.
Pain, depression. We all have experienced pain or know someone who has depression. We all wish the pain or depression would go away. There is a solution. Coach Danielle. I just contacted Coach Danielle, who provides real-life solutions to dealing with pain and depression, and then there was no more feeling lonely and no more secrets. My connectiveness to family and friends is restored. Danielle is the real solution through her manifestation coaching program. Connect with her today.
So real quick, guys, I also want to share some of our sponsored speakers. And so right now we have Veronica Sanders. And Veronica Sanders is from Memphis, Tennessee, and has been the owner of a medical spa since 2011. She works in collaboration with Dr. Newman Goshorn, plastic surgeon with over 25 years of experience in plastic and reconstructive surgery. She continues to make it a priority to inform clients of the changing world of aesthetics. She's an expert at appearance counseling, offering personal and health and wellness recommendations to aesthetic therapy. She brings in a wide range of experience to enhance the client's beauty, such as injectables, laser, radio frequency therapies, chemical peels, and permanent cosmetics. She continues to gain more knowledge nationally with specialized training on multiple modalities and skincare products. Veronica is a member of the aesthetics care team and has served as the president for the Skincare Society board for the last 12 years. Y'all, if you want to plug into Veronica, she is also one of our sponsors of the Breakthrough book. Make sure to visit her website, beauty901.com. Next, I want to bring up another one of our incredible sponsors, and this is Diana Smith. She is a voice of inspiration, aspiring author, and certified empowerment life coach. She is the founder and the host of Love is Grace podcast, where she motivates, inspires, and empowers women to show up more confidently with actionable steps to create a life they envision for themselves authentically with perseverance, passion, and purpose. Then we have none other than Bridget Rooks. Bridget Rooks, she's starting your own business is tough. I've dedicated my first book to help people just like you. If you are feeling overwhelmed and you are unsure where to start, I've mapped it all out for you. My stress-free framework for starting a new business is just what you need. Most people give up right before the breakthrough happens. Amen. My book, Created to Win, goes hand in hand with the Created Vibes BYOB online course. These resources will give you the confidence to organize your thoughts and help you become the CEO of your life. Make sure you visit her website, createvibes.com, and that's create with the number 8, okay, instead of an 8. Create Vibes. Also, I forgot to say Diana's website. Diana is dianasmith.co. Dianasmith.co. Make sure you pull up on our sponsors. We have another sponsor here, George Little. I am a nurse by trade and entrepreneur by spirit. My wife and I have 4 beautiful children. I'm the head of a blended family, was raised in a blended family. My vision is to create a life that will outlive me. I know that's right. My journey is to take care of my family from beyond the grave. My purpose is to be a lens for the world to see God through. My work is not to change minds, but to work with minds that are ready for change. My regret would be that we didn't take advantage of the opportunity of a lifetime in the lifetime of the opportunity. My burden is knowing that everyone but everyone will. Everyone can, but everyone will not, because not everyone is willing to pay the price for freedom. Simply because freedom is not owned, it is leased, and rent is due every single day. Individually, we can do anything, but together we can do it all. Amen. I'm a big believer in that. Make sure you visit his website, george.prosystem102.com. george.prosystem102.com. And then we also have another one of our sponsors. Her name is Faith Edison. Business and life are a journey. With ups and downs, you control the outcome. And this is by F.E. Junior Thies. Are words I live by in my personal and professional life. I'm a franchise owner of both Juice Plus and Rain Productive products. I believe in wholeness of health, especially regarding women's health issues, and would love to serve you and your family for any nutritional and reproductive health needs. Feel free to follow me or to reach out to me on any social media platforms to schedule a more detailed discovery consultation. And her Instagram and her Facebook are listed on the page as well. Juice Plus and Rain Productive products. Make sure that you definitely plug into our sponsors. All right, so we're about to get ready to come back, guys. Everybody currently is in networking, but we're going to get ready to bring everybody back so that we can get ready to see our next speakers. So just let everybody know. All right. Again, everybody, welcome. How are you guys doing today? We are broadcasting on so many platforms right now, literally 29 different platforms is where we are broadcasting, guys. We're broadcasting on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. No, we're not. We're not broadcasting on Instagram. I'm tripping. We are broadcasting on Twitch. We're broadcasting on LinkedIn as well. So super, super dope. Super dope. And for those of you who are watching, if you know any of our speakers, please do us a favor. Make sure that you go ahead and hit them up so that you can get a copy of their book, or you can register for the conference still, and you can get access to all the replays of everybody's individual talk. So one cool thing is that with the replays, you'll be able to go exactly to the talk that you want to see. You don't have to watch the entire conference from beginning to end and try to figure out what, whose talk is where. You get access to all of the replays. All right. So make sure that you definitely plug on into that. And we're about to get ready to get back started. So let me go ahead and get back into the session, y'all. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And resume. All right. Let me see. We're going to be doing two giveaways. All right, I think we're rocking and rolling. Yep, we are back. Okay, awesome. All right, so listen, because this is not cute. Like, we're trying to be cute here. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure we're looking cute here. In case anybody do any screenshots, okay? If y'all do screenshots, do the screenshot now. Don't do the screenshot when I had them big dookie headphones on. Even though I like headphones like this because my ears don't fit the little thing. So anyway, so how's everybody doing? Welcome back in the networking sessions. I know everybody just had an opportunity to be in the networking sessions. So let your girl know, how was the networking session? Who did you connect with? Like, did y'all connect with some people? Who did you connect with? Go ahead and share who we connected with. I am so excited. And by the way, all the speakers, like I said, guys, you get the replays to them. You'll be able to see all the training. We have over 200. Listen, just so y'all know, that we've sold more than 250 copies of this book. 250 copies. This is just this right here is the appetizer. This conference, you guys are going to be blown away by the breakthrough book. I promise you it's life-changing, okay? And I promise you that our speakers, that our authors, they're going to deliver, and this is not going to be the last time that y'all hear from them. In fact, I know some of you guys have already made some connections and y'all partnering and doing some stuff together. If anybody knows me, you know I'm a big advocate of collaboration. Just don't leave me out. Like, if y'all collaborate, invite your girl to be a part of it too. God dog, I'd be like, oh, look at y'all collaborating and networking and working together, but ain't nobody invite me. So I'm playing, but I'm not. Y'all seen that video, the TikTok? By the way, y'all, how many of y'all are on TikTok? Okay, so there was this TikTok, look at my age, look at my something, like you do the little stuff like that, right? You just point and stuff. And so I had went to this event by David Shands, Sleep is for Suckers. He had and he's got another one that's coming up. By the way, for those of you, yes, Javon, call on in, and Theresa, call on in to the link. Y'all should know the link that we practice with, right? Thank you, Javon. I'm gonna bring you in a second. Yes, so Theresa also call in for the giveaway. So anyways, we learned how to do the little TikTok because I didn't know how to do the which I just never sat down and figured it out. So where you do the little point and how you get the thing to pop up. And so I took that same exact video from TikTok. I downloaded it and then I put it on Instagram. Do y'all know? Let me tell you how many views. Like, so listen, let me tell you why you do it. Because what it does is it gets you tons of followers. And of course, it's going to get you connected with more potential clients, right? So this is a little throw-in tip. I've got 46,000 views from that video. What the world? I don't even know why. But that's because it's an Instagram reel. So I used Instagram reels and then I took the from the reels, right? From the Instagram reel, I changed the song and whatnot. Anywho, y'all gotta use Instagram Reels. Okay, 46,000 views. All right, let's bring on our ladies. We're gonna bring on Javon first so that she can share what giveaway she's gonna be giving out. 1 second. How many of you guys are enjoying this so far? This conference has been amazing, darling. Amazing. All right, Jovan. Boom.
Hey.
Hey, girl. What's going on?
Nothing much. I'm enjoying these sessions this morning or this afternoon. It's been awesome.
Oh, well, awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for being, for giving away something. Oh, before you share what you're giving away, 1 second. 1 second. Let me get everybody the link. Because, child, I'm about to post the link, y'all. So get ready. Hold on. Before she shares what she's about to give away, let me post the link for y'all. 1 second. 1 second. Where is that? Here we go. Okay. Day 2. Giveaway 2. You only got to do it one time. We got 2 giveaways. But you only got to do it one time. All right. So let me post it in the chat space. I'm going to post it several times. Now, remember, you have to be registered, so we only post it in the actual community here, okay? So that's the link. It's being posted. Y'all need to go fill out your information. All right, Javon, so tell everybody again, what do you do and what is it that you're giving away, darling?
So, hey, everyone. I'm Jovan Walker. I'm a marketing coach and consultant from Cincinnati, Ohio. I work with women in the coaching space to help you create content and build the income in which you deserve. That's in short. But I have a giveaway. I have another book called I Did It God's Way. Hopefully you can see this. I Did It God's Way. And it's for individuals who experience a lot of fear. It's hard for them to move forward. They often put themselves on the back burner, but they don't give themselves the freedom to live what they need to as it relates to personal growth, as it relates to professional growth. And so it's 6 tips on how to get out of your own way and pursue your God-given dreams. Also, you get a t-shirt associated with it. So it's a constant reminder, and it literally says, did you do it God's way? So, hey, what is it that you're not doing that you need to start doing God's way? So if you are wanting this, definitely sign up. And you can follow me by making sure that you go to www.jovanswalker.com.
Ooh, okay. Well, yes. Well, awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get ready to do that giveaway real quick, Jovan. I love it. I love the book. I love the t-shirt. I love shirts too. So, just throwing that in there. Okay.
Right. I got you.
Okay. I was going to say. Okay, hold on 1 sec. Let me pull up these names. Oh, let me pull up the thing first. Where is that? All right, it's Sunday fun day. I think I'm about to get some wine in a second, y'all. It's Jesus juice though. Y'all know I got a wine coming out. Did you see that?
Beautiful.
I've been talking about it, right? Okay, 1 second. Let me pull it up. Darling, so that we can. All right. Okay, we got some new names up here. All right, I see y'all. Okay, so let me share my screen real quick. Here we go. Here's the new names. We got some new names. This thing is tripping. Okay, there we go. I think. Okay, there we go. All right, copy. And let's paste it in here. All right, y'all, so we're about to spin for the win. Let's see who's going to get in. All right. Congratulations to Sharon D. Hudgens for winning this awesome gift. And I'll just make sure, Jovan, that we get you her details so that you can get it out to her in the mail. Thank you so much. Thank you, darling. Yay. All right. We're going to bring on our next young lady who's got a giveaway as well. Hold on. Let me just write. I got to make sure I keep track of these names, child, because, I'll be doing too much. So let's see. Jovan. Okay. All right. Jovan's giveaway. Can't wait to rock my t-shirt. Size small for everybody that does t-shirts. I wear small. If you want my address, just let me know, and I will wear it on my what I'm doing. Wind Down Wednesdays. Yes. Okay, let's bring up. Y'all just heard her speak as well. Today and she lit it up. Just finished, right? Had everybody with the goosebumps. None other than Theresa Sass. Girl, your last name is Sass, and you sassy for real. Okay, Sassy. Do you use that for some of your branding?
I do.
I already knew it. All right, love. So what do you have? What you got going on?
My camera's really bad. I'm on my laptop. But so hello everyone. I'm Theresa Sass, and I during the pandemic put together a workbook called The Thriving Woman. And it's an interactive workbook to defining freedom and success after trauma. And basically what the workbook is consisted of is therapeutic arts, activities, different questionnaires and things that you can be able to utilize on how you can find out what those triggers are that may be hindering you from some of the traumatic things that you've experienced. How can you identify those triggers? What type of coping mechanisms can you put in place to be able to work and navigate through some of those things? How you can live in the moment, transforming your excuses, manifesting your heart's desires. I know y'all just heard me talk about my biggest manifestation, and I've been, and so with that being said, this workbook definitely is the guide that you would need. But the biggest kicker about it is you have to commit to yourself to get it done, right? I think that our biggest issue with transitioning is not really wanting to do the work, and we're looking for other people to help us do the work, but then we're not consistent to ourselves. And so with this workbook, that will even give you the opportunity to navigate through those things at your own time, your own speed, and based off of how you are comfortable with the things that you have experienced. And so with that being said, I am Theresa Sass, once again, the founder of She Is Not Her Trauma. You can find me on all social media platforms as She Is Not Her Trauma or Theresa Sass. And please follow me.
Hey,
thank you.
Absolutely love. Okay, well let's pull up the screen real quick so we can spin for the win and see who's gonna get down with the get down. I mean, she already told you her manifestation works. Okay. I don't know about you, but I'm always trying to be connected to people that's doing the work, and the work is working. Because it works if you're working. That's good. The work is working. If you're doing the work and the work is working, it works because the work's anyway.
Because the work is working.
There it is. Yes, let's go. All right, we're about to spin for your win.
All right, Terry.
All right, well, congratulations to Terry. Terry is the winner of this manifestation masterpiece, darling. So congratulations to you. And thank you so much, Theresa, for doing just an amazing job. Absolutely, love. All right, y'all. Well, we about to get back to this conference, child. We're going to get back to the conference. I don't know about y'all, but I'm so excited. We got 2 more speakers, and hopefully you guys are going to get a chance to hear from another one of our keynotes today. But he has been going through some challenges, child. Is cutting up out there where he lives and where he is from. So we're going to see. I don't know. If not, then we'll definitely, I'll have a conversation with you. I don't have no problem. We always stay ready, so we ain't got to get ready. But in that space, let's go ahead and bring up our next speaker. Hold on real quick before I forget. Let me make sure I put her name right here. Okay, y'all. I don't want to forget nobody's gifts, child. Y'all be done got me. All right, so let's see here real quick. Let me check out the comments. What y'all saying? Congratulations. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Yes, won't he do it? 2 days in a row. I told y'all, you can win. Look, we don't got no limitations. Now, don't forget all the speakers and everybody. If you reposted and you got 2 people, who got 2 people to come today? Did anybody here get 2 people that are literally logged in right now and registered? 2 people. Do we have anybody right now that has 2 people here today? Type that in the chat space if you do have 2 people, at least 2 people, whether or not they came in advance or whatever, right? Because that's how we doing the giveaway for the $100, okay? We got the $100 giveaway. And then I'm going to check to see who won yesterday, because if they not here today, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give their money away too, because I don't like, they didn't even let us know they wasn't showing up. I'm serious. My money. I can do what I want to do with it. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and give our next incredible speaker the stage. Y'all, we've got none other than, let me see here. Oh, yes, another young lady who actually partnered with us. a while ago. She's here in the Houston area as well. Her and her beautiful daughter are doing some amazing things. So super excited to have her here speaking the secret to uncovering your gift. Let's bring on Theresa B.
Purpose. I believe we were all created for a purpose and blessed with a gift. It's when we use our gifts to impact the lives of others, we begin to operate in our purpose. Unfortunately, so many people have no clue of what their gift is, and even fewer are operating in their purpose. For the majority of my life, I was one of those people. I had no clue that I had a gift. My gift had been buried under years of pain of life challenges and limiting beliefs. And my purpose, honestly, I thought it was just to provide a better life for my children than I had. Well, it doesn't have to be you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you the 3 things I did to uncover my gift that I didn't even know I had. But before I do, let me introduce myself. My name is Theresa B. I'm a 4-time author, international speaker, TV show host, and grief coach, helping women to let go of the things that is blocking their gifts. I was raised in inner city New Orleans with my 3 sisters, primarily by my mom on a $3-ish minimum wage job. Needless to say, we didn't have much, but we survived. I knew in order for me to fulfill my purpose, I had to go to college. But my mom paying for it wasn't an option. Therefore, when I graduated high school, I enlisted in the military so they can pay for it. After 11 years in the military, 2 degrees, 10 years in corporate America, I was finally making 6 figures. Coming from where I came from, I made it. I had a great job. I had money, 2 cars, 2 homes, 2 beautiful children. And in one phone call, everything that I worked so hard to accomplish didn't even matter anymore. I remember it like it was yesterday. January 17th, 2011, Martin Luther King Day, about 10:30-ish at night. I was getting ready for bed and the phone rings. It's my sister. Hey girl, what's up? T. What's wrong? T, they got him, they got him. Who did they get? T, he's dead, they got him. Who's dead? Who did they get? Errol. Not in a million years did I ever think she was going to say my 19-year-old son's name. Are you sure he's dead and not just hurt? T, he's dead, he's laying on the ground, he's dead. Click. I dropped the phone, fell to my knees, screamed as loud as I can. I don't know how long I was on the floor, crying my heart out until I mustered up enough strength to call his dad. Now, I'm a pretty resilient person. No matter what life has thrown at my way, I've always been able to bounce back and then come back stronger. But this, I didn't know if I would or could even come back from. You know, every family has a rock. That one person that you can call whenever you need help. They have the answers to your questions to help to solve your problems. Well, in my family, I'm the rock. Who does the rock call when they need help? Exactly, no one. I suffered in silence for years. I wore a beautiful mask on my face. Every time you saw me, I was smiling, laughing, dancing, just doing all types of things. But when I went home, I was alone, broken, and full of sadness. I was living a lie. Every time somebody would ask me, Tisa, how you doing? I said, oh, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm good. Knowing darn well I was a hot mess inside. I had no clue of what to do or how to live in this world without my child. I was just stuck somewhere between my old life and my new life. I had so much bitterness, hatred, and anger built up in my heart for the young man that took my son's life that I fell into a deep depression. I stopped doing all the things that I enjoyed doing. I had to drag myself out of bed, And eventually, I turned to alcohol to numb the pain. When I got to this point in my life, I knew I had to do something different. I was so tired of crying, tired of being sad, tired of not living my life. I was just done. How many of you know the hardest part about moving forward is making the decision to let go of the old and embrace the new? Well, that's exactly what I had to do. The woman you see standing before you today, oh, she didn't exist 5 years ago. She is a product of letting go all of the things that was blocking her gifts. Living in a state of stuckness, it's hard. But moving forward, letting go, it's easier than you think. If you're ready to uncover your gift, ready to fully operate in your purpose, and ready to let it all go, the first thing you have to do is let go of the emotional pain. Letting go of the emotional pain is hard for many people. Whenever a change happens in our lives that impacts us negatively, we do any and everything we can not to feel it. Well, this is not entirely your fault. You have been conditioned to avoid it. Men, from the time you were a little boy, a lot of you were taught that crying was a sign of weakness and told to man up and stop acting like a girl. Women, society portrays us as the weaker sex. So anytime we have the opportunity to show people how strong we are, we're going to do it. Like, no matter what happens in this world, we're not going to let it affect us, and we definitely not going to let you see us cry. But let me tell you what happens when we refuse to feel. We will never heal. Yes, it may feel a little bit better to avoid, but that pain, it doesn't really go away. It gets buried deep in your body and begins to cover your gift. I want you to think back to a change in your life that negatively impacted you. I'm not talking about just any change. I'm talking about a change that cut you to your core. Maybe it impacted the way you see life or changed the person that you were. How much of that pain is covering your gift? The quickest way I know to let go of the emotional pain is to practice forgiveness. Forgiveness, it's not for the weak. It takes a strong person to forgive somebody who intentionally or unintentionally caused them harm. When I think back to the young man that murdered my son, I can stand before you here 10 years later and say, I have forgiven. Not that I don't think he should rot in prison for the rest of his life, because I do. And forgiveness, it was actually a byproduct of me choosing to let go of the bitterness, hatred, and anger I had in my heart. As long as I held on to all that negative energy, he had taken 2 lives because I had stopped living. The next thing you have to do is let go of the limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are those negative stories that you believe about yourself to be true. They were either told to you by someone or you told them to yourself. Limiting beliefs stops you from using your gift and becoming the person you were created to be. They limit your potential and are designed to control and manipulate you. When I think about the limiting beliefs in my life, there were many. There's one that was instilled in me as a child, but impacted me all the way up until I was an adult. I grew up in a culture where children are to be seen and not heard. Well, as a little girl, I was very expressive. I didn't have a problem communicating. If I had a question, I asked. If I had an opinion, I stated it. Well, for the adults in my family, this was seen as disrespectful. Because I was a very vocal child, I got in trouble a lot. Eventually, I got tired of being punished and in trouble for the things that I said, that I stopped talking as much. As I grew older, I lost my voice. No, I didn't physically lose my voice, but I lost the ability to communicate my wants and desire. I lost the ability to speak up for myself. I lost the ability to use my voice as intended. I believe what I had to say wasn't important and it was irrelevant because this is what I was taught as a child. One of the quickest ways I know to let go of the limiting beliefs is to reprogram your brain. Our brain is similar to a computer. You know, every so often a computer needs a software update. Not that it's broken, it's just that there's new information that can help it to run more efficiently. Well, that's the same thing our brain needs. Our brain needs new information to run efficiently, and that is done using affirmations. Affirmations are designed to reprogram your brain to get rid of all those negative thoughts and to fill it up with positive thoughts. The next time you are doubting or that doubt comes into your mind about whether you can do something or not, do you believe you can get this done? Can you do it? I want you to tap into your system update and say, I can do this because I am smart. I can do this because I am worthy. I can do this because I do know what I'm doing. I can do this because I am, you fill in the blank. The last thing you have to do is let go of the fear. Fear, if you have been able to uncover your gift, fear will stop you in your tracks and keep you from using it. Many people have heard this before, but for those who haven't, fear is no more than false evidence appearing real. When you are afraid of something and it's keeping you from doing something new, I want you to ask yourself, why are you afraid to do it? When I think about all the things that I was afraid to do, I had no evidence that I couldn't do it. But when I asked myself, why was I afraid? When I evaluated the whole situation, what the reason was, or what it came up to be, it had nothing to do with my fear. For example, I was afraid of public speaking. Yes, I was. When I examined why I was afraid of public speaking, it had nothing to do with speaking in public. I was afraid of public speaking because my fear was I was open and vulnerable to people criticizing what I had to say. Knowing what my true fear was helped me to build the confidence I needed to become the speaker I wanted to be. The quickest way I know to let go of fear is to do it afraid. A lot of times fear stems from being uncomfortable and doing something new. When you're uncomfortable, this is when growth happens. So it's okay to be afraid when you're doing something new. Just don't let the fear stop you from moving forward. Go ahead and do it afraid. Your gift is your birthright, and it's not just for the privilege. Uncovering your gift and fully operating in your purpose is closer than you think. All you have to do is just let it all go. Let go of the emotional pain, let go of the limiting beliefs, and let go of the fear. When you let all these things go, it allows room for your gift to emerge and the space for you to become the person you were created to be. If you are ready to take your next steps to letting it all go, go to www.IamReadyToLetGo.com.
Hey, come on, Theresa V. I don't know about y'all, but this entire conference, I mean, all of our speakers are just really sharing, and that's what we call it the Breakthrough and Empowerment Conference, because not allowing your fears to hold you handicapped, not allowing the things that maybe in a previous life before the breakthrough kept us from really living our full life and potential. And I would have never imagined that Theresa had a fear of speaking in public, because if you ever get a chance to be around Theresa B, she has one of the most bubbliest personalities, and she is just now today a dynamic speaker. And so just kudos to you, kudos to everything, and also condolences. I don't even know what I would do in your position, but I'm so grateful that you're an example to show us how to continue to keep on living. So thank you so much for your blessing. All right, we're going to keep this thing a rocking and a rolling. Yes, shout out to everybody that's commenting as well. Terry says, yes, say that. Theresa says, amazing. Sharon says, yes, they have been pouring out their hearts. Absolutely have been pouring out their hearts. Well, y'all, we are down to, let me see, let me make sure. Hold on. We're down to just a few more, y'all. We got a few more. And our next speaker, y'all, is going to be amazing. In fact, her title is All I Wanted to Become, I Became, Therefore I Am. So let's go ahead and bring up our next speaker of the hour, Natasha Reed.
What if I told you that all that I wanted to become, I became, and therefore I am? Before I get into all that, let me introduce myself. My name is Natasha Jazzy Lady Reed. I am a serial entrepreneur as of today. My story wasn't always as you see today. Based on American standards, I should be a statistic. I have a GED. I am a mother of 5. I have 13 grandchildren. I had my first child when I was 13 years old. By the time I was 15, I had 2 children. And by the time I was 21, I had all 5 of my kids. Sounds like a lot, right? Definitely was. Now, let me bring you up a little bit. By the time I was 21, I did have all 5 of my kids. I was currently pursuing a career in medical assistant. I worked in the medical assistant field for about 10 years or so. During this time, I was a chemotherapy nurse, oncology. We also worked with patients that had sickle cell disease. Well, while I was on this job, like most of you, I was very dedicated to this job. I came in early, I worked late, I came in on Saturday. I went over and beyond for this job, right? This job was what allowed me to pay my mortgage, to take care of my children, for them to be able to go to dance classes, to pay for daycare, so on and so forth, right? And so what happened was I hurt my back on the job. Literally, like in the middle of a shift, I hurt my back on the job. Lifting boxes or something to that nature, I can remember it like it was yesterday. We're standing in the front of the doctor's office. I bend down to lift up a box and I feel a pop or a crack in my back. And I literally cannot stand straight up the way that I need to, right? And so at this instance, I know that something isn't right. So I go, I have MRIs, I have things of that nature that let me know. I have a herniated disc at L5, L4. This is something that basically you take medication for and you get over it, right? If you're not going to allow them to have surgery on your back. So I've been loyal to this company. I went over and beyond. So I ended up having to take off from my job, right? And so when I take off of this job, I think I'm off about 2 weeks or so. During this time that I'm off, I am literally bombarded with calls, emails, text messages like, when are you coming back to work? Can you get another MRI? Can you go again and get a doctor's note for you to be off of work, right? And so I'm like, why would I keep stacking up these bills going in to get MRIs, things of that nature, when if you know anything about back problems, you know that there's really nothing you can do but take medication and let it heal. So this is what I thought that I was going to be allowed to do with my job. Unfortunately, definitely, probably not unfortunately, but fortunately that I realized today, fortunately for me, I was fired from that job. I received a letter in the mail with things off of my desk and everything saying, hey, deuces, we're done with you, right? Now, during this time where I'm working in this job, I already had several side businesses, and I was already currently building and working in the business that I currently have today, that is a franchise business, my printing company, right? So when I was let go from this job, my only goal was to be able to take care of my mortgage and still be able to provide all of the things that my family was able to have when I was on the job, right? And so I guess I made about $150 a day, right, on that job. So when I was let go from this job, and I already had my side businesses, I think I had 2 or 3 businesses on the side at that point, I decided to go full-time into entrepreneurship. So we go full-time into entrepreneurship, and my only goal was to match the money that I was making at the job, which was about $150 a day. And so we started to hit those goals, $150 a day. I moved into an office location. I was like, oh, I'm doing it big now. So I get a building and I start to accumulate overhead, right? The business starts to grow and I get a couple of employees. Everything is picking up, right? And so I get this building. I'm pursuing my entrepreneurial business full time. And as I'm working this business, I come to realize that I'm making money, but I'm not really making money. So it's like the bills are being paid, the mortgage is being paid, employees are being paid, supplies are being met, but I didn't really have any money. I didn't really have any freedom. I was still required to go to the business every day. The money that was being made, it wasn't enough money so that I am able to travel, buy Louis Vuitton bags, set myself up for financial security. That wasn't the money that I was bringing in. Of course, I was free. I didn't have a boss or anybody telling me what to do, but I didn't have those finances that I needed to provide me that lifestyle that all entrepreneurs become entrepreneurs for, right? So I was like, okay, I'm working more hours now and I'm not making the money, right? So this is when a light bulb went off, right? I had to realize that in order for me to get to the profits and to get to the money now, that I needed a proven blueprint and a proven strategy that was going to help me get to the money and get to the money now. And not necessarily the money, but the profits. I needed help. Once I realized what entrepreneurs were doing to get to the profits and to get to the profits now, my life changed. When I was exposed to these 3 simple things that entrepreneurs are doing, my business started to roll in the profits. I was able to travel, take care of my children and grandkids, and do all of those things that in my mind is the reason that I became an entrepreneur for in the first place, right? So let me speed this up a little bit. The main thing that was blocking me from getting to those profits was my mindset, right? I had to become an entrepreneur, a successful, profitable entrepreneur in my mind. It all started in my mind. I had this idea that I could do it all and I could do it on my own, that I was Superwoman, right? When we're growing up, we're led to believe that if we're not making enough money, that we need to get another job, get another business, do more work, right? That's how we're raised. That's what we're told, is to do more work. You're not doing enough. That's why you're not seeing the results. But let me tell you, my friend, this is not the case. When I realized these 3 things that entrepreneurs were doing, the profits started to roll in. I needed to seek help. I needed to get someone that would get straight into what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and what I should be doing, right? That's what I needed. Once I did that, and that is where we all fall astray. We don't seek that help that we need as an entrepreneur. Once I discovered these 3 steps to profits in entrepreneurship, when I tell you guys, breakthrough. I flipped the switch on my mindset. I figured out exactly who I was talking to. I was trying to talk to everybody. Once I realized who my customer was and how I was able to leverage the internet, leverage social media, leverage my website, I was able to get to the profits. What I am going to do for you today, I am going to give you a free gift. I was once that broke, struggling entrepreneur, not making any profits. Always having money for everything else, but there was never enough money for me. I had to show up every day to this business location to make my money until I got help. Until I got help, you guys. When I got help, all that I wanted to become, I became. Therefore, I am. All that you want to become, you will become. Once you flip the switch on your mindset and know that you need to get help. So this is my offer to you. This is my freebie for you, right? Tap into my website, gettingtotheprofits.com. If you need to get to the profits and you need to get to the profits now, drop a 1 in the chat. If I'm talking to you, drop a 1 into the chat. Let me see who I'm talking to here. Okay? If you are that entrepreneur that you have a passion for this business, you have a great business idea, and you're just not making the money that you need to make, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat. Let me see if I'm talking to you, right? What I am going to do for you, when this conference is over, we're going to have some workshops. I would like for you to join me in a free 1 hour strategy session, a free 1 hour workshop geared towards getting you to profits and getting you to profits now. My website, gettingtotheprofits.com, is my gift to you. I want you to experience all the things that being an entrepreneur is all about. I want you to get out of your own way and get out of your head and get the help you need to catapult your business to profits. Right, I'm talking to you. Before I leave you here today, life is what you make it, so make it count. One of the biggest reasons why we are not successful and where we need to be in our businesses is because we try to do everything on our own. We talk ourselves out of our own dreams. We are our own worst enemy. Let me tell you, my friend, all you need is a proven blueprint, a proven strategy to get to the profits, and that's where I come in at. I am going to help you get to these profits, and we're going to get to these profits now. You have a great business idea. All you need is a proven strategy and a proven blueprint, and I'm going to help you with that. If you're going to be joining me in my workshop, go ahead and drop some fire in the chat. Leave your information below. I will see you tomorrow in our workshop. If you're not able to make the workshop, contact me at gettingtotheprofits.com for my free, when I tell you free, F-R-E-E, for my free tool that is going to catapult you into the profits this year. I am Jazzy the Mogul, Natasha, Jazzy Lady Reed, and all that you want to become, you will become. Just seek help and seek help now. I'll see you in my workshop.
All right, guys, man, Jazzy Lady Reed, let me tell you something about yourself, girl. You was hitting them on the head, honey. Hitting them definitely on the head. I know that a lot of people can relate to everything that you were talking about. And I mean, really, first of all, in order to have success in any kind of business, we already know that it is so vital. It is so vital to have a specific idea, a game plan. And so I'm so grateful that you're here to help everybody with their game plan. And woo, what a journey, girl. You don't even look like you got one child. Okay, let me just say something, girl. You're doing your thing. You're doing your thing. But definitely, guys, let me see what you guys are saying over here in the chat space. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Let me see. Must change the mindset. Joyce says yes. Cynthia says yes. Elizabeth says so true. She says see you tomorrow. Letisa and Jerisa says see you tomorrow. So you guys know that tomorrow we are having our workshops. Yes, darling. We're going to be having our workshops tomorrow. I'm super pumped up about that. And so anyways, guys, we're going to bring on, let me see, where we at? We have some giveaways. And so waiting for Natasha and Letisa to jump on in on the giveaways. If you guys want to do your giveaways, you got to go to the link, everybody. Go to the link. You can go from your phone. Guys, I know some people were saying they couldn't log in. You don't have to log in. You just go to your phone, go to the link for our speakers that want to do a giveaway. We do have, but I don't see her on the screen, so I don't know if she's not available. I see we have another one of our speakers here. Hadn't seen her. Okay, awesome. Okay, there. Great, great, great. All right, so she actually is supposed to go a little later, but we'll bring her on in a second. Of course, we're not exactly on time. Those of y'all been in the chat, y'all already know we trying to make it happen, do what it do. But it is what it is. She a little early because that's what she does. She's ex-military. Y'all had a chance to see her speak yesterday. Jendai, I know you guys are excited about that. Is Letisa here? So let's bring up Letisa first. So, let me give y'all the link. One second, y'all. Let me give y'all the link. One second for the next giveaways. And we'll do all three on this one. So we'll do all three giveaways on this one. Let me post it. Remember, this is only for the attendees, not the speakers. When we do the big giveaway, $100 giveaway, as long as you guys hit the requirements, then you can actually enter to win for that. But this is for all of the guests. So I'm posting a link. Y'all go ahead and get on the link. Get on the link. Lord, y'all. Okay. All right. So let's bring on, let me put my headphone on, look crazy real quick. Do I got it on? Oh, it don't matter because it's plugged in. All right. So I'm going to first bring on Letisa B, so she can actually share what it is that she's giving away. Letisa, what's going on, darling?
Hey.
I told y'all see her personality is just so bubbly. What? Didn't want to speak in the front. Okay, whatever, girl. Well, share with everybody, Letisa, who you are, what you do, and what are you giving away today?
All right. Well, hello, everybody. I am so excited to be a part of this conference. This is my baby. Breakthrough. I love anything about breaking through and overcoming. Well, I'm Letisa B, and I help women to let go of all the things that's blocking their gifts, because we were all created for that purpose. But as I said, it just get covered up by years and years of pain. So one of the things that I am giving away today, I'm calling this my Let Go series. It is all my books. So I have this one book, my very first book that I authored, called The Resurrection: Life After the Death of Your Child. Because if you've never walked in those shoes, you don't know what it feels like to lose a child. And if you know anyone, any mother that's walked those shoes, it's hard to talk to her because you really don't know what she's going through. Well, I wrote this book just for a mother. So this is a great book that's to be done it can be given as a gift if you've never lost your child. And when she reads this book, it's like a blueprint. If she doesn't know what to do, because this is a new world, it will give her a blueprint of what she can do, because I walk her through my journey and how it helped me to let go of what I was holding on to. And that's not to say I let go of my son. I just let go of all the negative emotions that surrounded me losing him. And then I also want to give this. It's a complimentary, it's a book and a journal, Unleash the Woman Inside of You. Because as you are defining yourself as a woman, there's some things that you got to let go of. There's some things that you got to bring into your life. And this book, Unleash the Woman Inside of You, 7 Essential Ingredients, is actually like a cookbook. You know how you got eggs, milk, flour, they all have their own individual purposes. But when you put them all together, they make a mean cake. Well, that's the same thing in the 7 Essential Ingredients. It's made like that. It has different types of things that when you put them all together, it helps to unleash the woman that's inside of you so that you can become the person, the woman that you were created to be.
Ooh, yes, honey. Well, hold on. Let me bring her on the screen together. All right. So we're about to do the giveaways. Let me see. I love it. Y'all are giving some really good gifts. I promise you. Okay. So let me pull in the names real quick. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Paste them in and share the screen. Here we go. All right, darling. So we are about to spin for the win.
Who's gonna get it?
All right. Congratulations to Cynthia Becky's. Cynthia, oh, listen to y'all. Some of y'all winning twice. I'm telling you, it pays to show up. So congratulations to Cynthia. So excited. Okay, we had some more names just added. Y'all need to go ahead and fill out y'all stuff so y'all don't miss it. But I'm gonna go ahead and add Cynthia Latisa, and I'll make sure that you get all of her details. So you can give her stuff. Awesome job. Thank you so much again, and great job today on your talk. Absolutely. All right. Now we're going to bring up Natasha next, and then Jendai. So Natasha, we're going to bring you up. Go ahead, darling. Oh, there she goes. She was able to make it on in. Can you hear me, Natasha?
Yes. I can hear you. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear. Girl, your story, honey. First of all, kids where?
Yes, I have 5 beautiful children. They're all grown. My son is 20 years old, 6'2", 300 pounds.
Okay, now, yes. Come on with the big kids. Well, darling, go ahead and share with everybody, what is it that you're going to be giving away today?
All right, so thank you guys for enjoying my talk. I am Natasha Jazzy Lady Reed. My clients did give me that name, Jazzy Lady. What I do is I help entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs. I help you get to the profits. A lot of us are in business and we're making money, but we're really not making any money because we don't have any money. We're just a bunch of broke entrepreneurs, what I used to be. But what I am giving away is I am giving away a 3-page website, not just any website, a website geared toward getting you guys to profits and bringing in profits. So this is just not an average website. This is a website that is going to be geared toward gathering you leads and getting you people in to get clients and to get some money that you can put in the bank, that you can put up for yourself. So that's what I'm giving away, a 3-page website. Some money. I'm giving away some money, basically.
Hey, come on with the money. All right, darling. So hold on one second. Some of you guys are filling out the form twice. You can't fill it out twice now, y'all. Hold on. Let me. Lord Jesus. I guess they want this. Really want this. Yeah, child. They want to that now. And by the way, that's really good. You know, I when I first got into the entrepreneurship world, like not doing businesses. Like, you know, like I would sign up with all these other type of businesses, you know, as an entrepreneur. Boop, boop, boop. But my first business venture I ever did where it was for myself, I was doing websites for people. Isn't that crazy? What?
Wow.
Yep. All right. Let me go ahead and spin for the win real quick. Hold on. Let me put the thing up. Where is that? All right. Okay. And we already got Cynthia. Okay, let's share the screen. All right, here we go, guys. Marisol Bermudez, congratulations to my girl Marisol there. Marisol's been pulling up on us for years, honey, and so congratulations. You get that free money website set up for the setup. So I'll make sure that you actually get her contact information, Jazzy Lady, darling. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
Absolutely, love. You're welcome. Thank you, darling. All right, so last but definitely not least, I know everybody yesterday, y'all were loving her talk. You said, man, she gave us so many tips, all of these naturopathy styled ways or naturopathy ways, herbs and all types of stuff to get us popping. And like I was saying yesterday, I say many of them herbs, we probably even have some of them in the house, okay? So let's go ahead and bring her on the line, none other than Jendai. What's going on, darling?
Hey, how are you?
I am doing amazing. How about you, Queen?
I'm doing good in these woods, girl. I'm doing good in these woods.
You still out there in the woods, child. Y'all, she's on this huge estate. I don't even know how many acres is it? How many acres are you guys on?
84. It's my mama's land. Yes, she's
84
very blessed.
acres.
Very blessed.
Let me tell you something. 84 acres. What is that? Okay, anyways, go ahead, Jendai. Tell everybody what you do again and what are you giving away?
Hey guys, so I am a holistic whole body care coach. I'm also a marriage and family therapist. And I really appreciate you guys tuning into my talk. I'm sorry, please excuse the attire. Just got back from church and I, had to put some workout clothes on. But anyways, so yes, as you guys know, when I was talking about yesterday, holistic whole body care coaching came about from a personal need. I am a 100% medically retired disabled Navy veteran. And so, I was in a wheelchair and everything else. And so what I use today in my business is pretty much everything that I did to help get myself like up and mobile again. So one of the things that I'm offering today is a 45-minute holistic whole body care coaching consulting. So you guys will have a one-on-one with me and we can sit down and talk about what it is that you need for your whole body health. And then I'm also giving away the ebook version of My Mental Health Matters, an introduction to mental health. This is when I just sprung out all of a sudden. I didn't have room to put it in the giveaway for Theresa to say it, but one of the things that I noticed is when people are talking about mental health and when they're dealing with mental health, they really don't know what mental health encompasses other than what they see on TV or what they see in the movies. So this book is really good because it breaks down what mental health is, who the different providers are, what makes them that kind of provider, and then just the different techniques that we use. So that's what I'm giving away today.
All right, awesome. And I know that just based on the feedback, let me see what everybody's putting in the chat space. No, based on the feedback, I know y'all want that too. So we're going to go ahead and spin for this win. Hold on, we done had some new names pop in real quick. One second, make sure no duplicates. Y'all, you don't have to fill it out again, y'all. I still got your name on there. Okay, let's go ahead and spin for the win. I'm going to share the screen and here we go. All right. Well, congratulations to Veronica Saunders. You have won this incredible. Listen, all I can tell you is Jendai knows her stuff. Okay, just like I told y'all the other day, she don't just be kind of, how some people dibble and dabble and stuff. No. She is the expert when it comes to all of this stuff, especially anything that can affect our health and wellness and mentality. That's all in health and wellness too. So, Jendai, thank you so much for being a part of this conference, darling. Appreciate you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, guys, we are not done. We still have a couple of more amazing speakers that you guys are going to get a chance to hear from. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready for the next one. Who's ready for the next speaker? If you guys are ready, I want you to type into the chat space, ready, because y'all, we have two more speakers who are about to blow it away. This young lady, her title is called The Red Flags, the Key to Saving Your Life. So I want to go ahead and bring on Joyce M. King.
Did you know more than 10 million women and men are abused by their partners yearly? This equates to 20 people per minute in the United States. Hello, my name is Joyce King. I once was one of the 20. Abused by a man that said he loved me and fathered my child. I asked myself, how did I get here? How did I end up 21 years old in a women's shelter for abused women in Minnesota, Minneapolis? Overlooking the red flags. They was always there, but I overlooked them. Let's go over a few of the red flags. Jealousy and possessiveness. Want to be with you constantly. Always accusing you of cheating. Controlling. Constant question who you spend your time with. Where are you going? Who you with? Isolation. Putting your friends down. Calling them stupid, slutty. Saying you cheating when you're around them. Always trying to keep you away from your family and friends. Saying they distraction. Blame shifting. Never want to be responsible for their own words and actions. Always fault someone else for their own faults. Even in a relationship, everything go wrong is your fault, not theirs. That's just to name a few. In the beginning, This man adored me, showered me with gifts, loved me, told me how beautiful I was. In a year's time, all that had changed. I started noticing how aggressive he would get with me, how he would argue when I'm hanging out with my friends or wanting to go somewhere and he can't get in touch with me. Only 18 years old at this time, still at home with my mother. He would call if I'm not there. He would call, and when he see me, he would just argue and grab me and cuss me out and belittle me, disrespect me. And I would walk away, hurt, not understanding why. Again, I'm hanging out with my friends. He can't get in touch. Each time I would go back to him, it got worse and worse. It got to the point where I was a prisoner in my own home, not telling my mother what was going on, not telling my sister what was going on. I would isolate myself so that I wouldn't get him angry and he wouldn't physically abuse me or disrespect me. So as the time went by, he happened to have our son, and I wasn't having anything to do with him, and I went over. He would hold him hostage till I came and got him. When I got there, I ended up getting beat and raped by him in order to get my child. And during this time, I knew that was it. No going back, no more dealings with him. I go home, face bloody, bruised. My mother asked me, did he do this to me? I told her no, lying. Trying to keep this a secret, not wanting to know, not wanting anyone to know how I was feeling. I was embarrassed. I had fear that he would harm my mother or my sister because he always threatened to do so if I told them what was going on. So I decided it was time for me to move out of my mother's house. I was about 20. I moved into my own apartment. Hadn't talked to my son's father in about 6 months because I was done after he assaulted me the way he did. Keeping the secret, not telling my mother what was going on, she ended up telling him where I moved to. He came bearing gifts for our son and told my mother he couldn't get in touch with me. My phone was off. So her not knowing all the things he had done and doing to me, she told him where I stayed. Before he allowed me to know where I stayed, he sat on the corner stalking me, seeing who came in and out my house. One day, I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, it was him. He came bearing gifts, really friendly, being nice, saying how much he missed me and how much he loved me, and he understood why I stayed away. He promised he would never hurt me anymore, never do anything to make me feel unsafe. And me being young, I took him back once again. This time, taking him back almost cost me my life because he was out there stalking me, so he seen everyone that was coming in and out my home. And one day he fronted me at my cousin's house and said I was cheating on him when we wasn't even together. He drugged me, started beating me to my apartment, which was 2 doors down. And to my surprise, he pulled out a gun, put it to my head, and told me I was going to die today. With God and fear, it wasn't my time to leave this earth. I tucked that gun down, and when he woke up to handcuffs and the police. And that's when it was time for me to break my silence. I called my mother crying, fearing for my life, and told her what had just happened. I told her I had to get out of Michigan. I could no longer stay here. This man was going to kill me if I stayed. After I told my mother, I told my friends, my other parts of my family, I told everyone I could, let them know what I was dealing with, what I was going through. And if they ever seen him around, please do not tell him where I'm at. A few days later, I was on the Greyhound bus to Minneapolis, Minnesota. How did I get here? Overlooking the red flags. They was all there all along. I let love blind me, and I let wanting to have a family blind me of the abuse that I was receiving from this man. We have to stop overlooking the red flags. They're always there. They're in our face. We have to stop overlooking them. In Minnesota, I started my healing process. In doing so, I was at a bus stop one morning, and a young lady passed by and spoke to my son and said how handsome he was and asked him his name. He told her his name and then said, "My daddy beat my mama." Only 3 years old. Not even my mouth dropped of humiliation, but my heart hurt more. In my abuse, not knowing and not seeing that my son, I was not the only one getting abused, but my son as well. He was mentally abused by what he seen and heard. That day, I promised myself and my son, I will never put him in harm's way again. And to this day, I've never put him in harm's way again. I started my healing process by praying, meditating, journaling, affirmations saying that I was enough, I was beautiful, I wasn't what he said I was. And that's when the healing started. But most of all, the healing began when I learned how to forgive. And we don't have to forgive the person, but we have to forgive so we can heal. And as I healed, I got stronger. My confidence built up. And I learned how to love myself more than I can love anyone else. In doing so, when I returned to Michigan, I came back as a new woman. I was stronger, had confidence, and knew what to look for in a relationship. But I did not go back into a relationship. I had to heal first. I had to find out who I was before I can give myself away to someone else. So I'm telling you today, please don't overlook the red flags. Break the silence. Let your friends and family, coworkers, everyone you can think of, let them know what's going on in your life. Break the silence. The silence almost cost me my life. Find a plan, the best method to get out of your situation. I moved out of town into a women's shelter for abused women because I feared for my life. I thought if I stayed in Michigan any longer, I would be dead. Give yourself time to reflect on your own life, or you can give your life to someone else. You will not heal overnight, but I'm a woman here to tell you, you can heal. And in my healing process, after the abuse, I graduated from college, got a degree, married to a wonderful man that truly adored me. Our 25th year anniversary is coming up in June. 4 beautiful children. I worked in the health field for over 20 years, and I decided to walk out my purpose and become a life coach, a mentor. Now I'm an author, a speaker, to let you know, break the silence. Flags, do not overlook the red flags. Remember this, You can't go back in time and start over. But you can start now and make a brand new ending. I want to thank you. I hope this heals someone I'm talking to out in this audience. Thank you.
Ooh, honey. Did it heal? Did it heal? Wow, your story was definitely very powerful. And Joyce, all I can say is I cannot ever imagine like being in that position and then, letting go, finally leaving him, and then turning it into an opportunity where, what did you say, 26 years of marriage? What a blessing. What a blessing to be able to share with another woman that she doesn't have to keep going down that same route, or even a man that they don't have to keep going down that same route of destruction. You made a decision and you changed the trajectory of your life. And so, Joyce, thank you so much for just such a powerful, powerful testimonial. That was the comments I was seeing, just being so transparent. We appreciate the transparency. Brand new ending, powerful, nice. It's just amazing. You are amazing. Yes, absolutely. Congratulations, as Manaima says, and thank you for sharing. Well, guess what, y'all? We have another speaker, and so we're going to bring this young lady on, and I'm going to tell you guys, energy is always infectious. Smile is always contagious. And the title of her talk is called The Anatomy of a Bounce. I bring to you Manaima Safir.
Told you that your thoughts are flowing constantly, every day, all day long, like a waterfall. Did you know that the average person has anywhere from 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day? I embrace this moment right now because I survived some of the darkest times of my life. There was a time when I almost drowned under 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day. In just a moment, I'm going to share with you 6 of the basics that kept me from drowning and helped me with my bounce back. My name is Manaima, and it was a time in my life when I lived with extreme anxiety, deep depression, overwhelming grief, PTSD. I even considered taking my own life. And these 6 things kept me from doing just that. So, get ready, let's get started. Do me a favor, in the chat, I want you to put a giant letter B, capital B. This B is one of the foundations of my bounce. So I don't know if you've ever been to New York or had the privilege of riding on the subway train in New York. Being from the Bronx, I've done it quite a few times. But this is what you learn when you get on the train. If you don't get a seat, the very first thing you have to do is brace yourself. Because just like life, that train is going to go faster than you expect it to go. It's going to rock. It's going to slow down abruptly. You may bump into some people. You may even fall. So you absolutely have to brace yourself. And when you brace yourself, you have to get your balance. And as you get your balance, guess what happens? Your belief grows, just like in life. This was the first part of my bounce. Do me a favor in the chat, put the letter O. Okay? So that O stands for owning the desires of your heart. Why? Well, what's the point of that? Well, I remember one of my earliest desires was to speak from a stage. But do you know how long it was before I owned that desire? I wouldn't tell anybody. I wasn't doing anything in that realm, in that space, attempting to get to that goal. It just was something that I harbored in my heart. It never left me though. So I had to eventually own that and move in that direction in spite of what people thought. So that O is to own the desires of your heart. It's major. The thing that most people regret in their senior years is not owning the desires of their heart and doing more in that arena. The next step is put the letter U in the chat for me, guys. In my senior year of high school, my younger sister, who was 14 years old at the time, was diagnosed with a brain tumor. In a week's time, she had surgery. Very difficult time for the family. And exactly a year later, we lost my mother to suicide. And 2 years after that, my sister lost her battle with cancer. You know, my why is very clear. I understand why my work is so important. I understand why speaking from the stage will help me touch so many more people. I understand that my story is not for me to feel bad about. It's for me to share so that anybody under the sound of my voice who might be going through a difficult time can see that that's just a moment in time and you can get through it. That is my why. What is yours? Learning to understand your why will help fuel you through the rest of your life, I promise. It'll help you accomplish those goals. The next letter in bounce is N. Put the letter N in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. That N, man, after I lost my mom and my sister and went through a lot of other things I can't get into here, one of the things I used to do is watch this channel. Now, I don't know who's familiar with the Hallmark channel. I don't even know if it still exists. I don't watch TV anymore. But the Hallmark channel, you were guaranteed at any time of the day to find a story that was going to make you cry. And that's what I did. I was watching Hallmark's channel movies. I was watching things that were sad and making me sad. I was listening to stories that were making me sad. And I'm just trying to figure out why I felt so sad. Well, I wasn't paying attention to what was familiar. See, I had had so much trauma that it became familiar because that's what I was expecting to happen in my life. It happened. It was a devastating time in my life, but I did not need to be adding to that. I needed to be turning the page. I needed to be redirecting my focus. I needed to consciously be aware and notice where I was putting my attention. That is the N. Notice your focus. Now that covers a whole lot more stuff than just what you watch on television. Who are you talking to? Who's your support system? Do they make you feel good? Do they encourage you? Or are they in that pity party with you all the time? Those are some of the things we cover in that N. Moving right along to the C. Listen, I don't know if you've heard it before, but doing the same thing over and over and over again, the definition of that is called insanity. Okay? So understanding that in order to get something different in your life, you have to do something different in your life. That's what that C is. Challenge yourself. Put that C down in the chat for me. Challenge yourself to do something different. Challenge yourself to own the desires of your heart. Challenge yourself to understand, to look at that. Look at it. That's called your shadow self. What is it that's keeping you from moving forward? Challenge yourself to take these good, hard looks at what's going on. Challenge yourself to notice your focus. That's what the C is. The last letter in my bounce back is E. Put the E down in the chat for me. And I have a question to ask you. I need you to put it in the chat. What is better than Christmas Day? Just quickly, first thing that comes to your mind. whether it be payday, your birthday, anything, vacation time. What is it that's better than Christmas Day? My answer to you is Christmas Eve. So now why? Why is Christmas Eve better than Christmas Day? Well, that E represents expectation. Christmas Eve is the expectation. The next day is the expectation of something wonderful. You have the right and the responsibility to make sure you have something to expect, something wonderful to anticipate in your life every single day. Because that energy all by itself is palpable. When you sit in the expectation of something amazing happening, that sends out a vibration to the universe that will never return to you void. And learning to be in that space consistently is super powerful. I want to thank you for sharing this moment with me, Naima. And I want you to know, no matter what part of the journey that you're in, because you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. So no matter what part of the journey you're in, make sure that you understand this. The lessons that you learn during the worst parts of your life or the most challenging parts of your life can become the greatest part of your story. Thank you for sharing this moment with me, Naima. And don't forget to visit www.themagicoffiveminutes.com. When you join my mailing list, I'll send you a personally recorded 5-minute meditation that will help you begin your balance and serve you in your bounce back. Thank you.
Taking in my 5 minutes, y'all. Taking in my 5 minutes. How did we get so blessed to have such amazing speakers this year? How did we get so blessed to have so many powerful stories? You know, a lot of times when we feel that we are all alone in our journey, that nobody can necessarily relate to our story, then you come to an event like this where you just hear so many stories. And for me, what that does is it allows me to have a little grace for myself. It allows me to know that, you know what, if it can happen for them and they can push through, then I can do it too. Because I do know that God is no respecter of one. So man, like you guys, whew, just amazing. You guys are just a huge blessing, and I am just so grateful. This book, I can tell you this book, The Breakthrough, is going to be phenomenal. You thought the speakers were amazing. Wait until you get your hands on the copy. And all that I ask is that for all the 250 plus people who've already pre-ordered, technically we are already top sellers, right? For every 250 person that pre-ordered this book, please take a picture with the book. Share this book on social media. Help your fellow friend, sister, mother, daughter, cousin. Help them out so that they can get this word out in front of more people. I'm a big believer that as long as you sow a seed into fertile ground, and this ground is fertile over here with the Breakthrough book, it has no other option but to grow. And so again, thank you to all of our speakers. Now, I just want to shout out, we had another keynote that was going to be speaking today, and I know he was going to tear it down. Unfortunately, he was not able to make it. There have been some storms in certain parts of the country. Trust me, I already know, because we just recently had a storm here in Houston. It's crazy too, because what was that? That was like last month that we had the snowstorm, you know, the Snowmageddon. And now it's like 80 degrees outside. So That's Houston for you. But he's not able to make it for this particular conference, but we definitely are praying for Andre, that everything is okay out there. I know that, they're not with power over there, so we definitely want to pray for what's going on over in Duval, Jayville. That's where he is from. Listen, y'all. What we're going to do, make sure y'all get that free meditation. 5 minutes can definitely, listen, I got to start doing more. For the first 5 minutes of the day, in fact, Manaima, I was listening to Miles Monroe, and he was talking about prayer and meditation. How many of you guys pray? Regardless of whatever your religion is, how many of you guys pray? If you do pray, I want you to just put the praying emojis or say, I pray. How many of you guys do pray to God? And so what Miles Monroe was sharing, he was sharing that in life, many of us, we pray, but we never take time to meditate. And he says that's the biggest challenge that many of us have, is because we sit here praying and speaking to God, but we never take time to listen to him. It's kind of like, asking, like if you have a coach and you say, Coach, what do I need to do to get better? What do I need to grow and stuff like that? And then before the coach can answer you, you haul off and run away. You say, okay, I got it, right? And you never get the coaching. Well, the same goes for when we take time to pray. We also have to make sure that we take time to listen to the response that God gives us. And so this is why meditation is so powerful. So whoever you pray to, you also have to be willing to take time to listen. It's not just about talking to, but listening and receiving the answers. That's why you have individuals that can go and make a decision like Theresa. Theresa talked to God, and God told her, go. You ain't got nowhere to stay. You ain't got no car. But don't worry about that, because you walk in faith. You go. You have individuals, Letisa, right? She loses a son where most, I don't know if I could ever handle that. I mean, I have a puppy. I don't even know how I'm going to deal. I remember he was sick one day, and I don't even know how I'm going to deal with that, let alone a child. But she now, and as she shared, I'm not forgetting my child, but I'm learning to move past that. Listen, prayer, the only way that prayer can be answered is you must take time to meditate and listen. And so as Manaima shared her story as well, so grateful that you shared with that. Listen, all of your stories are crazy. I mean, and when I mean crazy in a good way. Y'all know that, right? It's crazy because I can't imagine. You would look at these incredible speakers, you would look at these incredible authors, and you would never imagine that they've been through half of the stuff that they've been through. So I'm just so grateful, y'all. I pray that you guys have enjoyed this thus far. Now, this is what we're going to do, y'all. We are not done with the conference because tomorrow are workshop days, okay? We're about to do a giveaway. Now, this is how and we're going to confirm now, okay? You got to make sure in order to do this giveaway, number one, you must be following me on social media, right? So you got to be following me on the good social media world on Instagram, because this is to celebrate my 40K followers. So you need to follow me on Instagram, number one. And then number two is you have to have invited at least 2 people that have shown up today. 2 people that have shown up today. They're on the broadcast right now. Whether or not you're a speaker or not, they must be live currently on the broadcast right now. If you qualify for that and you have not already won $100, because if you already won, then we're not doing that twice. So if you qualify, go ahead and paste in right here, 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 paste in right here. So paste in right there if you qualify. And then also, as you can see, our speakers are still offering some giveaways and things like that. But if you do qualify, go ahead and paste in and comment. And let's see if anybody qualifies for today. If not, then I'll just figure out another way to give the money away. But it won't be today. We might do it tomorrow. But we'll see who has at least 2 people that are currently live. We will verify. 2 people that are currently live. We need to know what their names are. Okay? So 2 people. Not that you were invited. But yes, make sure that you fill out the form. I'm gonna confirm. Okay, so Dr. Donna, who are your 2 people, darling? And Sean T, who are your 2 people? and Tiandra, who are your two people? Okay, so who is Manaima? I don't see Manaima's name on here. Y'all got to fill out the form, y'all. Because I'm going to verify who are your two people. I need their names. So if you filled out the form, you qualified. You got two people that are live. They have to be here. So do us a favor, y'all. Make sure to only fill it out if they're here. So again, Dr. Donna, Sean T, and Tiandra. Manaima, you haven't filled out the form. You got to fill out the form, darling. You got to fill out the form right here. Fill out the form, everybody. If you qualify, please fill out the form. One second, y'all. Okay. Is Lashia and Iffy here? Is Lashia and Iffy here? I'm going to go see if they're I'm going to go find their names over here. They have to actually be online right now. So I'm going to look. Nope. I don't see them here. I don't see Lashia or Iffy here, Dr. Donna. I'm sorry, Queen. Yes, it's in there, Manaima. Tiandra, again, I need y'all to put the names. They got to be online right now. Registered attendees. I ain't playing. They can't just have registered. They got to be online. Because remember, that was the requirement. I said, bring 2 people with you tomorrow. Just like, you know how they do at church. Y'all taking a little bit too long. Tiandra, I need the names, though. Okay, some of y'all are putting in y'all stuff. And if you submitted the form, I'm going to give everybody 1 more minute. And otherwise, we're not gonna move forward. If you just submitted your name on the form, so some of y'all put your names on the form, I need you to tell me the 2 people that are currently live right now in the chat that are here in the group to win the money. Currently, they must be here. So please put their 2 names and they must be logged in. Do not fill out the form if you know you don't have 2 people that are here live right now, because you're just holding up the process. All right. Only put their names. Okay, let me see if Heather and Nikita are on right now. Let's see. Okay, yep, Heather's on. And Nikita, let's see. Is that it? Yep, Nikita is on right now. So Manaima's 1. She is 1. They have to be on. Manaima has 2 people on so far. And I'm going to give you about 20 more seconds. I don't see anybody else putting the names. And so we might just be ending up with 1 person. Oh, you know what I meant to do? Add in what is your Cash App. But that's okay. I'll get it from you. All right. 10 seconds, y'all. 10 seconds. I'm going to go over some announcements as well. By the way, everybody today is going to get a Bluetooth voucher that was here for at least 50% of the day that is registered. So everybody here today, you're going to get a Bluetooth speaker voucher. Okay, so you'll be able to get this voucher. The Bluetooth speaker is one of those speakers like you see the real high ticket ones, $150 speakers or something like that. You guys are going to get that. I get a report. So we'll be sending out all that stuff by at least by Tuesday, because we have to get the reports of everybody's attendance. And so I don't see anybody else that is typing in the chat space. So right now, the winner of the $100, I'll just give away another $100 online. You got to be following me as well. So I'm going to confirm that you guys are following me as well, darling. You must be following me on the gram. Other than that, y'all, I'm going to make sure to do just another, because I said I was going to give away 400. So if you're following me on the gram, then you can still have another chance to actually win $100. So let's give it up for Manaima. All right, y'all. So anyways, with that stated, here's some more announcements. Tomorrow, we have our workshops, okay? I'm going to be emailing everybody the different workshops. We have a lot, okay? We've got a lot of workshops, And we start at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be doing 4 hours of workshops, okay? You don't want to miss it. Trust me, it's going to be incredible. But if you cannot make all of the workshops, don't worry, because those who are registered, you will get access to the replays. All I know is this. Just based on the stories that you guys have heard from these incredible speakers, based on what you have learned from them, I already know that these workshops are going to be phenomenal. And so you do not want to miss these workshops, okay? Also, the replays of everything, you guys will start getting access by tomorrow, so you can gain access to the replays of all of the keynoters, okay? You will get access to the replays of all the keynoters. Guys, you know, one of the things that I also like to say when we're talking about breakthrough, see, breakthrough can happen in many different ways, shapes, forms, and all that good stuff, right? In fact, whenever you're on the verge of doing something great, you will always be challenged. And I always say, everybody write this down. I always say there's 4 areas of your life that you will be attacked in. And sometimes we like to say that it's the devil, but sometimes I also believe that it's God testing our faith, okay? I don't think everything is always a negative thing. I think sometimes when we are able to, and I think Manaima even said that, sometimes when we're able to get through that challenge, it makes us even better. It makes us even stronger. But the 4 areas that I want you guys to focus on, because leaving this conference, I believe that many of you guys are going to make some big decisions. You're going to do some big things. All of the speakers, all of the attendees, you guys are ready to do something great. But do you know, whenever you make a decision to do something great, there's always going to be something trying to distract you. Number one, you may be challenged in your finances. Think about it like this. You ever made a decision, okay, I'm going to invest to start writing this book, or I'm going to invest to start doing this program, or I'm going to invest to go to this conference, or I'm going to launch this business, or I'm going to get my degree, or whatever it may be. And then it seems like immediately, since you said you made a decision to do that investment, it's like some bill just showed up out of nowhere. The card, and I remember one time I was driving to a conference, and y'all barely had enough money to be going to the conference. But I was driving to the conference, and it was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was on some tires that were expensive. See, when you get tires, you know, I had me a Ultima Coupe, y'all. It was paid off, but I had these tires that each one of the tires, they were like thin rimmed or low pro, whatever you call them. Each one of the tires cost like $200 a pop. And so we're on our way to Charlotte, North Carolina. I ain't got $200 for no damn tire. But guess what? On the way to the conference, the tire pops. Not only does it pop, I don't even know how it popped like that, because these tires ain't supposed to pop. But it was so loud and so scary. And so then I remember being on the side of the road, and I remember feeling like, what in the world? What am I going to do? And somehow or some way, y'all, I made some calls, because when we are in a situation of desperation, we'll do whatever it is that we need to do. We'll take action and do things that normally we wouldn't be as comfortable. And I had to call some people and ask them, I need a favor, I need some help, I need something, da 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 da. And wouldn't you know, I was able to still get to the conference. We were able to switch the tire out. I was riding around on a little donut. Who cares? And I got to the conference, and my life was forever changed. See, that was the event that I needed to be at so that I could make a decision to change my life. It's called getting mad, making a decision. The second area that you'll be attacked in will be your relationships. See, what I do know is that when you make a decision, see, I'm pretty sure when you did that, whatever you did that was impactful, that seemed kind of crazy, people thought you lost your mind. Oh, look, they done lost their mind. What are they doing? Oh, this will never work. They're crazy. And then it starts making you evaluate the people that you spend your time with. You're like, what? You don't believe in me? You think I'm crazy? Oh, you laughing at me? I'm telling you guys, every single time you make a decision to do something great, there's going to be challenges. And one of those challenges may be your relationships. There's going to be people that's going to show their true colors. In fact, not only just when you make a decision to do something, but on the journey up, you start having success. The same ones that laughed at you, the same ones that was around you because they knew that you wasn't going to do it. Now that you finally do it, they hating on you. I'm telling you guys, new levels, new devils, but you must know this. And when you know this, you know that this cannot affect you because you already hurt. You already knew that my relationships were going to be challenged. Some of you guys might be sleeping with someone who you're growing in your space, you're developing and becoming someone different, and maybe they're not. And you're like, this is a challenge because you ain't really seeing what I'm trying to see. You ain't really doing what I'm trying to do. And I don't know if I'm trying to be with you. But this is the thing. One of the best ways to get someone that you are that intimate and close with to believe in that of what you are doing is show them through example. Don't just show them through telling, but your relationships will be impacted. Everybody ain't supposed to come with you. And that's one thing you you must understand. Number 3, the third area that you will be challenged in will be your health and wellness. Can I get an amen? See, you just knew you was going to be able to travel and go do this, and all of a sudden COVID done hit you. See, the health and wellness, that was one of the biggest challenges in our entire world. Not just in the country, the world. People are battling it still to this day. Oh, well, I got this. You got to keep pushing through. One of the things that they were saying was when somebody was affected with the virus, one thing that your body is going to do is going to want to make you feel like doing nothing. You're going to want to feel like sleeping. You're going to want to feel like your body's going to be aching. And every person that I heard that overcame those bad side effects of COVID, what they told people is you got to get up and move. You got to keep pushing. Yes, I understand that these battles are coming. Some of us are dealing with viruses and sicknesses that the doctor has said we cannot come back from. But what I do know is that you don't go through something by yourself for no reason. You go through it so you can impact the next person. Don't let this health setback be a reason for you to give up. Oh, see, I knew I needed to give up because you know what I'm saying? I just knew it. Now I'm sick. I can't do nothing. Yes, you can. Push through even when you don't want to. Because I already told you that when you make a decision to do something great, you're gonna be impacted. And the crazy thing is that for some of you, I don't know who, for some of you, you're gonna be impacted in your finances and your relationships and your health and wellness. And then guess what happens? Your spirit gets battled. Your spirit goes through a challenge. Now you're starting to question, God, what in the world? Why is this happening to me? It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. I remember when all of those four areas I was being attacked in. The people that I thought were my family, didn't seem like it was. They weren't really active family. I'm not talking about my blood either. My finances were dropping significantly. People were dying in my life. That's also connected to my relationships. And then my health and wellness. I was going through the most severe depression I ever experienced. And I've battled through depression before, but this was worse. I didn't want to get out the bed. And I remember even trying to figure out, is this a life for me? Do I still need to be here in this world? Is there even a purpose for my living? See, when you start questioning, are you supposed to be here? That's when you're questioning God. And so I was battling through some spiritual challenges. And let me tell you about my God, though. See, he wouldn't allow me to be able to make decisions so that I would no longer be here. I was too afraid to do any of that. And so I said, God, well, if you're going to make me afraid, then I need to know what I'm here for. And I remember distinctly, I didn't put you through all of that for you to just do this by yourself. This is why I freely and openly share going through that. And I'm so grateful that every single one of our speakers, y'all really laid it all the way out. Y'all poured your souls out. Nobody can be changed if we try to keep all of the stuff within. Nobody's life can be impacted if I don't want to tell nobody about what I'm going through because, that's just my thing. No. There's another woman. There's another man. There's another child. There's another adult. You know how many times I talk about losing my parents? And I have people that are probably twice my age, close to twice my age. I had a woman one time, she was definitely in her 70s. And she was telling me how she had lost her mother. I've come to learn that it doesn't matter what age you are. When you lose your parents, it's still tough. And so I talk about it all the time. For those of you who have lost anybody else significant, you got to talk about it. You keep their spirit alive, you talk about it. But these are the challenges that we're going to go through. And that's why talking about the Breakthrough and Empowerment Conference, being here for this conference is the perfect opportunity for you to learn, for you to change, and for all of that. Now, let me tell you something. Tomorrow, we got some workshops. So you got to make sure that you show up for the workshops. I'm going to be sending out the schedule to everyone that's registered tonight. We will not be broadcasting live on social media or any other platforms tomorrow. The workshops are strictly for those who are registered. And for those who are registered and you're not there live, you will also, as long as our speakers record it. Now, speakers, y'all got to record it. Remember, y'all got to record it, okay? So as long as our speakers do record their workshops, y'all, we're going to make sure that we have the playback of every single of these workshops. I'm telling you, there's some really good stuff too. All about business, all about life, careers, mental health, So you need to pull up tomorrow to our workshops. You can still register. All of our speakers, you can still make sure everybody can register for tomorrow. Put out the word, share to as many people that you can so that we can be here. Hey, y'all, my name is Theresa Vision Avant. It has been a privilege and a pleasure. Congratulations to every single person who has won. We will do some more giveaways tomorrow, so don't worry, okay? But congratulations to everybody that has won so far. Just for being here, you're a winner. Remember, every single one of you, as long as you showed up for at least 50%, you also get some vouchers and all that good stuff. Okay. Well, y'all, I'm going to leave open the networking. You can still go over to the networking lounge. Connect. Like, for real. Don't just let this be an opportunity where you just sat and listened. I used to do that all the time. I was a girl that would come into a conference, sit in the back of the room, and say nothing to no one. And I allowed myself the fact that I was an introvert be an excuse. Oh, I'm an introvert. And I was realizing that I kept on spending all this money, spending all this time going to these events, and like my life wasn't changing. Because I was missing one key element, and that is relationships. I wasn't building any relationships. So I encourage you guys, go to the networking, meet at least 3 people. I always have an intention of every event I go to, 3 people. That's my lucky number. I walk away with 3 new connections, 3 new people who I can either do something with, not that I can sell to. Not that I can push all my products and stuff to. I'm looking to build strategic partnerships with as many people. Y'all, we have another conference that's going to be coming up in June. It is called the 6-Figure Boot Camp. You guys make sure that you stay tuned. We are looking for speakers to be a part of that boot camp, the 6-Figure Boot Camp. We're looking for speakers to also join us in that. So make sure that you stay tuned, stay plugged in. My girl, Theresa Vision Avant. My girl, that's me. Okay, whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'll see y'all later. Bye.